What? Are we live? The mic's hot right now?
Okay. Yo, there's Ghost Us.
That's not live. That camera's busted.
Yeah.
What did you do?
How are we missing?
What's going on? Fix the camera. God dang. Oh my word. All right, well, thanks for joining. Needless to say, we got a little technical difficulty situation going in tonight. We assure you, we are here, we are present. But it appears that multiple systems are failing. We can only blame the Russians, and that's not even a lie in this case.
It's true. Yeah, they've been going after us for a little bit here, but we do what we can to remain afloat. Right now.
Yeah, we're doing what we can, and you know.
It's not even going down.
Oh dang! Yeah, you're right. We got, well, as you may have noticed, we got a bit of a pause on the pick band as well. I'm not sure if our development team's working on that or not, but
I think there's more issues at hand.
Yeah, we got it.
There's some play here.
I mean, to our knowledge, we could just be talking to nobody right now, and it could be completely frosted.
Yeah. I think we're the ones getting pranked.
Yeah, I know.
How close are we to April again?
Close enough. It's never too early to start gaslighting your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the way I always look at it is you can always round up and round down for April Fools. So every day could be. Every day
could be that day.
As long as you say it and it comes at some point, it's in. That's what I've always said.
Oh, and just like that, we got the next band coming in here. We got a little Casante action. No action, actually. He will not be on the Rift.
No, yeah, it's a little sad that we don't get to see him that much. He does kind of zoom around and
he'll do his little thing.
Yeah, he shuffles some people around, but a beautiful Twitch band, beautiful Kane band over here.
Twitch.
So Twitch is one of those champions that can just take control of the map once he starts to get out of control with a few kills.
His eyes are in the back of his head.
Yeah, he can see. It's true. It is true, they are. And it actually gives them 780 vision.
It does, 780p vision. What is happening right now? All right, we got a little Morty Kaiser up here. He's gonna get picked, and we like Motor Kaiser. He'll take you to a realm, nice and cozy, you know.
Yeah.
You'll get a little cozy with Morty. He'll take on a nice little date. You might not walk out of this date, but boy, he's gonna be on you. He's gonna be sucking your soul. You're gonna love it.
That's exactly. Is that what your boyfriend said to get you to date him?
I don't know. You tell me, Chase.
Yeah. And it looks like it could be a Karma pick over here, which we've seen fluctuate over in the top lane and as a support, which has been strong
a switch.
Regardless. Yeah, I mean, one of those champions you just can't exactly kill her.
Ooh, but then the little Olaf child comes in. Olaf, a massive counter to Mordekaiser. That little boy, he's just going to run you over, man. He's just going to go and just run at you.
It's true. Yeah, he can.
No way! The camera was unplugged? You're kidding.
You've been over there like 3 times.
Yeah, you're the only one that's messed this up. That's where it's from. This is your own basement. You can't even walk in it. Oh my god. All right. All right. Looks like the Camille pick's going to get flecked into the top lane. Mordekaiser is going to actually be the jungler. It's going to be a little bit of a safer situation for him.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now we're kind of seeing anybody go anywhere type thing. It's one of those preseasons where it could just fluctuate.
Yeah,
you know?
Mordekaiser looking really hot in the jungle recently.
Yeah,
they're loving
absolutely.
that boy there.
Same thing with Silas. We've seen him gravitate over from the mid lane over into the jungle. It's just certain champions have made their rounds over there, which is pretty nice. But Sona, a nice pickup over here.
Ooh, and the Shen, the counter the Camille, not too bad, you know.
Yeah.
Camille hits hard those Qs, but a little W by the Shen. Ain't no Qs coming out, no auto attacks, you know. Little bit of a counter. Shen, you know, his dueling ability, you know, it's a little bit underrated. And yeah, some real interesting picks here. Looks like that Karma's probably going to be support. Could still see it mid. You got the Sona on the other side. So it looks like jungle and top are taking care of support as well. Just ADC and mid left to be picked. And first ban seeing Seraphine, very flexible, can go either in AD and support depending on how you want to use her.
Right. I mean, you know, I wouldn't even doubt it if it was a Karma Seraphine these days and all this stuff. I mean, I'm sure they're taking it away because we do see the Seraphine Sona over here where it's not necessarily win the bot lane, it's just survive the bot lane type thing. So very probable over here, but immediately going to take that away, and the Ezreal is going to get taken away too as well. So a hard pick right here. Sona Ezreal has been good since the release of the champions. They've always just meshed together so well. So it's nice to take that away. I'm curious what to see over on the 80 carries. We're still waiting for them on both sides here. And Sivir's locked in. So Sivir, overall, very safe pick. Always. It's just something
and, you know,
that can...
The Sivir Karma speed up, man. That engage is looking scary. With the Olaf, you know, Olaf has a lot of enablers now. You know, Olaf, all you can do is run at you. You don't have any dashes. You're just running at them with the Ghost, and you're going to have the Shen on top, the Sivir, and the Karma boosting him. That guy's going to be a bowling ball coming down the lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. You know, can kind of do what they want.
But, oh, and look, little Zoe's going to get picked on the other side here. Look at that. All right.
Uploaded OBS.
Zach, are you sure it's not just... Zach, are you sure it's not just displaying that?
Boom.
Okay, boom. Look at that. And yeah, some picks happen. You know, you got the Kaisa, you got Zoe, you got the Zillion mid, and that Olaf, he is fast. He is very fast. He's fast. That's all I can say. That man is gonna be going 1,000+ movement speed. You throw everything on him. And he won't be able to die.
No, absolutely not. So something that's very great.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, cameraman, please. My motion sickness.
Yep. So it's as the.
What is happening?
So we're making our way across. Someone ripped here, and looks like we're into game. Everybody is buying their items right now. I think they just took a very long time to purchase their item. So that's what we were waiting on. But they are done buying, and we're going to make our rounds over here to see if there's a little juicy invade going on.
Yeah, it might be a little juicy invade action. Olaf, a little 3-stack going on here. Probably nothing too crazy. Going to walk up, place that ward, and get on out of there. Some damage coming in. That's
over.
That's
over.
Game. That's big money. Gold going over to that Karma, and that's an advantage already.
A good advantage, I would say.
Yeah, All-Star just going to place that ward down. Sona is going to hang around there. Nothing really going on. Just, standard. But yeah, this matchup's going to be looking pretty hot this game, I got to say.
Yeah, so standard, I feel like you're going to start to see a lot of stuff going on towards the mid-game is going to kind of look at when we start to see these things. I don't think too much action is going to be happening on both sides. On the early game, we've always said that before, time and time again, and then all of a sudden, there's 17 kills in the beginning of the game, but based off the champions right here, it shouldn't be buck wild.
No, definitely both teams have late game to scale into. I say the mid game on the side of Lotus looking pretty strong with the Mordekaiser, the Zoe, the Kaisa, a couple item spikes. They're going to be off to the races. And you hit late game, that server is going to be doing some massive damage if you get to a 6-item territory. And they're going to be moving around so fast, no one's going to be able to die.
That's true.
And look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very, very special moment on our broadcast. Our executive producer just came on.
He did.
And,
he is actually
just
in the studio.
Just hired today. You could say, new executive producer having all these technical difficulties, maybe we should just fire him already. But no, at the SLS, we'll take what we can get.
Absolutely. And I'm telling you, we took what we could get.
Yeah.
Love the guy. Great to talk with, but business-wise, I don't know how he made it this far.
No, it's honestly incredible. His resume, nothing on it checks out at all.
The crazy part is because it obviously gets faxed over and it gets dumped into the basket we have. So I was reading it, and he said applying for executive producer. And on his work resume, the only thing he had was for 2.5 months he worked at a Denny's as a busboy.
Wow.
And I was like, okay,
whoa.
he's obviously got something on our producer. He's
and
obviously has something on.
Look at that. Well, now we know the camera works.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Look at that. We finally figured it out.
Fantastic.
So the key it was actually the camera was just off. So once they figured out to turn
and honestly,
it on, that was it.
You think we don't need an executive producer, but he figures this stuff out. He had to come in. It's his kid's birthday, and we pulled him away from that. And the sacrifices he was willing to make farly outweighs his lack of qualification.
Yeah, and the crazy part was
Mordekaiser are gonna have to.
Beautiful flash.
Beautiful flash.
But the wild part was we're having technical difficulties, and he said, well, it's my kid's birthday. And we said, well, we're having technical difficulties. He said, okay, I'll be there in 4 minutes.
And then boom.
He was here. Mm-hmm. So lack of resistance on that
honestly.
I get
honestly, you want to be eager to help your organization, but there comes a point where it just comes off as desperate. And speaking of desperate, they're desperate to get this gank off top lane.
Yeah, Shen over. They know he has no flash. That's going to be a quick pickup right here.
Easily. And boom, they're messing everything up, and Shen's going to live. Everything missed. Mordekaiser are going to chase after him with the ghost. Is it going to be enough? Oh, the movement, the Q, the passive coming in. Olaf coming in to save his life. Is it going to be enough? No, the first blood. But Olaf almost certainly going to get the return kill in response. Early 1-for-1. And Mordekaiser may be able to go out, but no, Olaf's just going to chase him down, finish this off, get that blue buff, and at the end of the day, slight advantage going to the side of Lotus, possibly, but a 1-for-1.
Yeah, so to me, it looked like he hard missed his stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not
a little
sure.
bit.
I'm not sure what it was, but
you could say they missed, but in my mind, Shen just dodged.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, he was playing mind games. He thought, hey, maybe he's going to flash over here. I'm going to cover this whole area, and he did. He covered that whole area, and there was nothing that he was able to do. And Shen actually ends up dropping. So good to Mordekaiser for the repeat gank. Knows that Shen has no flash. Saw that he was pushed up to the turret and immediately went after it. So good job by the Mordekaiser. Unfortunately, Olaf was over there clearing his Krugs. And was able to just walk right over there to pick up the other kill.
But but both junglers getting a bit of an advantage, but Mordekaiser getting the second gank off, absolutely annihilating the Zilean. The CC chain a little too much. Olaf's going to come over, maybe try to do something, but this is a 2v1 situation. I don't know if he can really look for this. Maybe just catch the wave, but looks like right now Mordekaiser having his way on the Rift. TP going to be coming in, Zilean going to catch this wave, but that's 2 kills already over to the side of Lotus.
Yeah, I mean, excellent map movement over here by the Mordekaiser. Knows what he has to do to get his team in these advantages that they are currently working with. Zoe does have that early game pressure, which is pretty nice. Able to kind of just make moves and put someone to sleep at this point.
Olaf's going to be in a very interesting position here. Mordekaiser strong, but Olaf certainly has the advantage, but the bot lane going to be coming in first. Can Olaf get the kill in time? Huge damage coming in. That's going to be a kill over to the Kai'Sa. And Olaf getting a little cocky here.
But I don't know what Olaf was doing to be on that
side of the
map.
A little low on HP, a little overconfident. I don't think he had
he didn't have a bot lane either, too. His bot lane had recalled, so the only thing I can think of is he was looking to clear vision on the tri-brush to try to get a repeat gank down there at some point. But unfortunately, Mordekaiser was right there, and the bot lane has full control of the lane, so they were immediately able to get up there, and the kill goes over to the Kai'Sa immediately.
Bit of a lapse in judgment by the Olaf, and gonna definitely be setting Lotus even further ahead this game. Check a look at the lanes real quick. Shen with a little bit of a CS advantage top lane. That counter pick's definitely showing its worth here. The Zilean and the Sivir definitely matching up with their lane opponents, so they're not too far behind on the CS category. But the exhaust coming in, this is almost going to be certainly a repeat kill. The Zilean's going to speed himself up, but he is going to get taken into the realm. Will he be able to complete this tower dive? I don't think so. There's not going to be enough damage. Zilean's going to pop his ultimate and walk out alive, but Olaf's going to come in with the counter gank. That's certainly going to be enough damage to take out the Mordekaiser, and Zoe's going to have to run for her life, and Olaf getting something back for his team, and a huge counter gank coming in for the side of All-Star.
Yeah, so it looks so good. Obviously want that damage from your mid laner to go off before you ult him to put it in the 1v1 scenario. But the unfortunate part is that you waited too long to ult, and the damage did not land to the point where Zilean was able to get under his turret. A tower dive on the Zilean is actually impossible with the ultimate that we saw put on over there. So he tried to do as much damage as he could and get out. Unfortunately, Olaf there again. This is like 3 times in a row they run into each other.
Definitely looking for a bit of a tower dive situation with the Shen'el is a definite possibility, and but just gonna make sure that the wave gets under, gonna make sure his AD or his top laner gets a good back. But Mordekaiser wants this fight, and I don't know if he actually does. The mid laner coming over though, it's gonna be enough, but the amount of healing coming out as well. We got the return kill, and barely Mordekaiser comes out with the victory. The mid laner coming in clutch with the rotation, and that's gonna be another kill going over to this Mordekaiser.
Yeah, when Zoe missed her combo in the beginning, I thought that was gonna be it for Mordekaiser. I thought he was gonna drop down because Olaf is able to just do so much damage and sustain what Mord can do in the meantime, but so close. We were probably looking at just over double digits right there. But that's going to be a Rift Herald on the side. All-Star? Swap?
Oh. In a classic SLS fashion, we had a bit of an error when it comes to teams, and it looks like All-Star is the team that actually has the advantage, living up to their names, and Lotus falling a little bit behind, but still a very close game. A K-Golden difference is pretty substantial for this point in the game, but definitely not over by any stretch of the imagination.
No, absolutely not. I mean, all the champions are there for what you needed to. You still have the inevitable bait that's going to happen at some point where you kind of look at, hey, look, we got a clear dive on this champion, or we can engage on this champion. All of a sudden, the Shen ultimate comes down onto there, and you find yourself in a rough spot. regardless of how much Shen is on the map, it still seems to find a way every single game. So we'll be looking out for a play or two right there over here. But in the meantime, he's doing a pretty good job over here. Lotus looking like they're going to pick up a dragon. Should be uncontested.
Yeah. Zoe going to figure this one out, get some damage in, but it's not going to be enough. The smite coming in, and that's going to be a first dragon going over to the side of Lotus, getting a little bit back. Going to try to play the scale game here, but Olaf might get caught here.
Yeah,
Mordekaiser and the Zoe coming over,
right
and he has been exposed. Here comes the Olaf coming in, and boom, just like that, absolutely deleted.
Yeah, it's so fast I couldn't even see it.
You couldn't even see it.
Couldn't even see it.
Couldn't even, just absolutely annihilated. But yeah, Mordekaiser still just imposing his will in the jungle right now. Olaf getting caught out. The early game pressure of the Olaf kind of fallen to the wayside right now and just beating them out in numbers. The mid lane rotations have been huge this game, and this Zoe is helping her junglers succeed.
Yeah, Zoe's been an excellent job in just following suit to kind of wherever Olaf is been, wherever Olaf has been, plus the Mordekaiser. I mean, we've seen a couple instances where they both show up at the same time, but I'll tell you what, this Mordekaiser and Olaf seem to be almost on the exact same jungle path. I mean, they've crossed paths like 4 or 5 times this game already, which is very rare. I'm sure it's very annoying for either one of them. Just be like, why is he here again? What's going on?
Just an advanced game of chess going on right now, and both teams are just playing mirror moves, but just slight misplays here and there are leading to All-Star with the early advantage. And going back to top lane here, Camille getting a pretty significant CS deficit here, but she's okay to just slowly get her advantage. A couple items come in, and she's going to end up having the advantage over that Shen. She's going to wait for that opportunity. Olaf knows that this is where he needs to play. His Shen is his strongest champion right now. Play to the Shen lane, possibly get him ahead, but the ward is going to thwart him on that regard.
Yeah, and Shen's kind of doing his thing. I think Camille's kind of waiting for that point of when the Shen does, in fact, drop his ultimate, where it's going to be, all right, I had this split push advantage over here. But he's...
Shen going in. Waited.
Knocked
good,
back, right?
Good buffer by the Camille. Waiting
real.
for the second part of her E to knock Shen out of the taunt. And bot lane, gonna get some plates here, and the Rift drop. That is going to be first tower going on to the side of All-Star, and just bullying their way in the bot lane. The Sivir and the Karma getting manhandled.
Yeah, don't you love that when it's like, hey, this is our first back of the game, and then we lost our turret?
Yep.
That's always a classic.
Zillion taking a massive amount of damage from the Zoe. The ult is almost certainly going to get procced here, but Sona is here to follow up with the CC. But is it going to be enough? Zillion heals a ton of HP for this point in the game, but going to walk out. The flash in by the Zoe is not going to be enough. The bubble is missed, and Zillion going to walk out with his life, but has to burn everything to do so. And it looks like Karma going to be coming in to try to catch out this Sona, and Olaf
in trouble right here.
Has to burn the flash. Has to burn the flash to get out.
I get it. You want the vision over here, but you saw the Karma kind of sneaking up. Unfortunately, didn't know Olaf was on the other side, and you got collapsed in on to have to blow that flash. But a good try. The Zillion ult ends up going down. I'm going to put it down as a kill in my book because he did die.
He did die.
And I always count those. I always say, well, so I'm not 0-9. I killed Zillion 13 times.
I know.
So let's put another kill on the board for. We'll give it to Sona.
And while that fight was going on, it looks like there's a brawl top lane. Both top laners had like very little HP. You gotta wonder what happened there, but. Yeah, a lot of action going on in this early game. Not even 15 minutes in, 7 kills, and a lot of fighting going, and a lot of people living with slivers of HP.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now they're just going to swap the bot lane to the mid to get that next tower.
This could be trouble for Shen.
Big
the flash
damage,
is going to be able in here,
there
and
it
doesn't
is.
even need it. Doesn't even need the extra damage from using a summoner spell over here, but Zoe is starting to be a problem right here. You're 4-0 with 100 CS at 14 minutes into here. It's going to be a lot of damage more than you would expect. I'm sure Shen didn't know until he got hit with the sleep that, okay, this is kind of it for me.
Yeah, no, and that Shen was playing from an advantage at one point, but they just swapped their strongest member to the Shen lane and said, hey, you want to deal with the Zoe? No, you can't. You can't touch it.
Ooh.
So, and just get Camille into a side lane where she can farm safely, push the lane up, just back, join the team. Camille is going, she has her Mythic already. She does have her Sunderer. Going to be doing a lot of damage in a team fight, singling out one target. And if you're All-Star, you're sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, this is where you want to be. You have just the right amount where you can kind of start to do what you want. Olaf
looking for it, but
be in trouble.
Doesn't see the Mordekaiser, and that's going to be a fight breaking out. Gonna pop the ult is the Olaf, but the Shen coming in for the damage, and that's going to be Mordekaiser going down. Olaf still going in, running amok, but he's going to go a little too far and die. Shen taking massive damage too. Kaisa a little bit too far forward, goes for the kill onto the Shen, but the Zilean ult was there. And in the back, Zilean picking up another kill, and my word, All-Star throwing the fight a little bit, and that's going to be Dragon, another Dragon going over to the side of Lotus.
Yeah, and that's the problem I was talking about earlier is, you know, you look like you had a full catch out on...
huge damage going into Karma, but this, I don't think they want this fight. Camille gonna have to run for her life here, taking a bunch of damage and gonna go down to the Karma. And they stop the Dragon, but they lose another member. But Zoe gets the return kill onto the Karma. A huge amount of burst, and this Zoe is not going to let this fight end. Just bombarding them with max range Qs.
Yeah, and that's crazy because, you know, they got hit with the sleep, and it's like, oh, let me stand in front of you to block the damage. But you forgot that Zoe already has 4 kills at this point. Already has a Luden's Echo, already has Sorcerer's Shoes, already have a Doran's Ring. So stepping in front just means death for you.
Whew, and my word, just Zoe completely controlling this area. Mordekaiser had enough time to recall with that extended fight, and neither side going to go for the Dragon. It looks like Lotus might try to convene over here. All their members respond to... Ooh, so at the end of the day, we're almost having a 5v5 situation, but Zoe is going to have to recall. She used all her HP bar, all her mana bar, and I think they're going to have to concede this Dragon now.
Yeah, and like I was trying to say a little bit earlier before some juicy action happened, but that's the problem you're going to start to see is the Shen ultimate and the Zilean ultimate, which puts you in bad scenarios. As we just saw, you know, the Kaisa flash to do everything, use the summoner spells to get that kill, and got the kill, but the Zilean ult was in fact on him over here. So it puts the Kaisa in a position where she no longer got that gold for what she thought was going to be killed, and just ends up going down. The good news is for All-Star over here, it had an extended trade over here where Zoe starts to really excel. Sona can start to excel too. So it's hard. If you're able to dodge those Zilean bombs, you're doing pretty well for yourself.
Most definitely. A little bit of an interaction to look at, though, is the Mordekaiser and the Zilean. Now, Mordekaiser can ult Zilean out of the fight to prevent the ults from saving his teammates. Now, just the whole timing thing is what that actually works out or not. But a slight counterplay. But Sona going in. Huge damage by the Zoe. Perfectly timed with her Sona. Just a massive amount of burst. And Sivir is absolutely deleted. No time to spell shield. Just from the... absolutely out of nowhere, the Zoe coming in where she needs to be at every point in the game and just carrying it.
And that's one of those things that, you know, it sounds so simple, but it actually works in fact, where you start there's certain abilities in the game where you can cast it, then flash, and it immediately casts from your position. And that's what we saw with the Sona ultimate over here, was the her ultimate was casted and then she flashed. So there was no time to react, even with a Sona ult. And then, Sivir spell.
To perfectly time that too with Zoe's burst, just an absolute masterclass right there. Sivir had 0 time to react, and there's nothing she can do. Just well played on the side of All-Star.
Yeah, they're doing good. Zoe's taking control of the map, but it seems like all pieces of the puzzle are starting to work together pretty well for All-Star. But is it going to be enough? We have 6 kills over here on the Zoe. We've seen the amount of damage that she's able to do, but do you think it's enough to win them a game going into a mid to late game match?
Mid to late game, it's very strange because the Olaf will fall off a little bit the later in the game that you have. There's almost a bit of a damage trough that Lotus runs into, where Sivir's kind of your only damage dealer, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Zilean's going to have some burst over the top, but the thing is their mobility late game is going to be absolutely absurd. Their ability to kite out of All-Star is going to be there the entire game. But with this Zoe just bombarding, not really looking for team fights, but getting massive poke damage, it's almost going to be a game of whoever team fights first loses in that regard.
Almost, yeah, because you do have poke back and forth from each team. You have the Zilean bombs, you have the Karma abilities.
Oh, Shen going in onto Mordekaiser here. Mordekaiser going to have to fight his way out of this. The double Zilean bomb, going to have to ult the Shen to maybe get a kill, but he doesn't have enough damage to take this Shen out. He's going to be in the middle of 5 people when he comes out of that, and it's not going to be enough. The Zilean coming in with the double bomb, the Shen there as well, Karma running up. The team's there to help him though, and Mordekaiser is just not dying. Just staying in for as long as he can. Camille's going to come in to mop this up, and it looks like All-Star is going to come in with the wipe. Mordekaiser, knowing his limits, knowing that he can survive that. The Sona whiffs, and Mordekaiser is going to go down, but an absolute just show the Mordekaiser is putting on.
He said, hey, listen, you know, I'm already on borrowed time. Woo. I might as well turret dive these two. Absolutely did not have to die, and but I respect the mentality.
Jack show right there, man.
I respect
that item. I tell you, it's not the biggest damage dealer on the planet, but you just never die when you buy that item. That man was on a sliver of HP for like 15 seconds straight, and he just tanked it all, started healing through it, and the team came and just mopped it up. Camille getting a couple of big kills there, getting her into this game.
Yeah, and it looked like a lot of it was also coming on the part of Sona's side, too, as well, with the heals that able to just keep them alive. Sona right now having an actual perfect game over here. Karma kind of trying to do everything she can to poke everybody down and keep people alive and try to get the right targets. But as we just saw, like you just said, the problem right now is in fact Mordekaiser. Sure, he didn't get a ton of kills over here, but with the Jack show, the Thornmail, it's a problem for your whole team right now.
Yep. Oh, no. Karma almost certainly going to go down here. The bubble lands, and the Zoe burst comes in. But Zoe going to get caught up by the Mordekaiser. That's going to be a return kill right there. Sivir speeding him up. The Olaf still going in. Mordekaiser going to have to go in and try to take down the Sivir. Can't get over the wall. Going to wait. Get some damage down. Sona coming over for the burst damage. Can Sivir get a return kill? Doesn't look like it. Gonna kite her out. But my god, the damage by the Olaf absolutely huge in taking the Zoe down. But Zilean gonna die on the backside. Shen gonna try to scare them away, but again, more kills going on to the side of All-Star. Losing Zoe in the process, that's 3 more kills, and they're gonna look to Baron.
Yeah, a good shutdown on the Zoe, but the problem is how far you went into it to get that shutdown. So you have to ask yourself, was this in fact worth it over here? Because now it's gonna look like you lose the Baron. On top of the repeat kills that you got back.
A bit of an aggressive Baron here. You can't imagine they go to finish this if anyone shows. But Olaf does not know. It appears to be no information on this side of the map. Shen
They're going to go get Dragon.
Yeah, they're going to get this for free.
Baron.
Karma's going to check it out, but it's too little, too late. They're going to easily finish off this Baron unless an errant Karma Q comes in, but that's going to be both objectives going over, and a huge, huge play on to the side of All-Star. Olaf's going to come in and try to smite contest this, but I don't know if Olaf wants to be here, but he will steal it. That is going to be soul point for the side of Lotus. That's absolutely huge, and Olaf is almost certainly going to get this kill on Mordekaiser, but Mordekaiser still just cannot die. Eventually, he is going to go down. Olaf finishing that off.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. If you can ever keep somebody out of the Dragon Pit, you should rather pull them into the Dragon Pit. And so Lotus able to just get a clean steal. Good job by the Olaf over here for their perfect timing smite, but All-Star's Mordekaiser over here, just a bit of a misplay. Instead of just using that to push Olaf
Camille
out,
and Sona going to be looking for a bit of an engage here. Oh my god, the damage from the kites is absolutely huge. The ult has to be popped, but Karma's going to go down with the ult no longer available. Olaf coming in to try to answer to this, but it's not going to be enough. Huge damage, but they can just run away and get out of there safely. Zoe coming in for a little bit of cover, but that's just more kills going over to the side of All-Star. And then off the map,
taking Shen down too.
Camille has hit a point where Shen can no longer deal with her. The true damage is absolutely huge with the Sunderer.
Yeah, I'm sure Shen didn't even know that.
Oh, and the bubble lands onto the Olaf. It just misses just a huge amount of damage. But Olaf maybe going to get out of here. Zoe's still looking, though. Sona's still looking. Another bubble. They're going to have to get out of here, or else they are playing with their lives.
Yeah, and you see how much damage it is with the Kraken, the Berserker Creeps, and the Blade of the Rune King that Kaisen was able to get these attacks off immediately and able to just wipe somebody off the map in just a few seconds. I mean, 5 kills, almost very high up there in the CS. You know, you're about 200. You're averaging probably around, like, what, 9 CS a minute? Somewhere right around here. So you have the gold over there and just absolutely took advantage of it and just able to immediately do all the damage to Zilean. Zilean ults himself, and she goes, oh, whatever, Karma. You're next. So just wipes Karma off the map. But I'm starting to see a very big problem from Lotus over here because before when we were talking about it, it was Zoe that was the problem, right? Mordekaiser was able to tank everything, but not allowed to do a lot of damage. Zoe was the problem. Now Kais is the problem. Now Shen can't match Camille in the split lane no more. You're starting to see these breakaways over here where it's like, okay, what do we do at this point? Because it was before, it was, hey, listen, you can match Camille as long as she sits over here.
Oh, Zoe going in a little bit. Might be a bit off a little bit more than she can chew.
Well.
But
the blast cone actually gets her right out of it.
Life. Mordekaiser going to go in here, try to take the Zilean out of the fight, but I think Mordekaiser's a little bit too far off, but an absolute snipe. Zoe onto the Sivir. Mordekaiser just not taking any damage in the middle of the team. Just rolling over everybody, slowing them all. Huge damage. The Shen going to get out. The Flash as well, and it's going to be 2 more kills going on to the side of All-Star.
Yeah, an unfortunate blast cone for Lotus over here. Because that Zoe's gone. There's no way she gets out of that, and just able to make it. That's one of those things where you got to point, both hands to the ceiling and just say, why? Because that is a kill. That is something that could turn part of the game for you. But like you were saying, Mordekaiser is just an absolute
And then
unit.
Kai'Sa going to go in right here. Boom, the W to finish it off. It's just too much at this point. It's just too much damage. Kai'Sa just going to stat check a little bit here. The Zilean ult comes in, but will she be able to survive on the respawn? Olaf, though, in a juicy position here. Might be able to get some kills here in response. The Mordekaiser are getting dangerously low, and that's another kill. Sivir going to pick that one up. Bit off a little bit more than they can chew, but there's nothing on the map that Lotus can take in response. So they get the inhibitor, lose some lives for it. Or is that inhibitor still up?
It's still up.
It's still up. They never finished it off. So a little bit of a misplay on the side of All-Star. Stat checking a little bit too hard, but the gold advantages are still there. Still a 10K lead for All-Star.
Yeah, and that's kind of the golden number is when you hit 10K, it's pretty much a shoo-in at this point. A lot of games where you start to see like that 4K, 5K advantage overall is when it's like, okay, what can you do at this point? The fact that that's now doubled and you're looking at a 10K lead, you're in trouble. I mean, the realistic part is you get the Soul Dragon. Let's hope that does something for you. Let's hope you can build it out a little bit so you can try to get an Elder or steal it or something along those lines to help you win these fights. But in the meantime, you have to deal with a lot of pressure from all these lanes pushing up. All the turrets are gone up into your Nexus, or your base over here, I'm sorry. So they have
that being said,
so much.
That being said, though, this is Soul Point. That is Mountain Soul on a fairly tanky team. And the Mordekaiser going and getting some damage off onto the Shen, but there's going to be a lot of damage taken onto the Mordekaiser, and he's almost certainly going to go down here. The team backed off. Olaf going to go on an absolute rampage out the Mordekaiser there. Someone having to flash away. The Shen ult coming in on top. It's a huge amount of damage, but here comes Zilean ult to save his life. My God, going in with the taunt. The Kai'Sa goes down.
Look at the base.
And Sona going down as well. You're right. If we go to the base here, it looks like they're going for the end. Span over to the base, and both towers are going down. The base race. Can the recalls come in time? Here comes Karma. Here comes the rest of the team. And is it going to be enough? It looks like Camille's going to go down.
It's not enough. So you're going to end up with Soul Dragon over here. You pick up 3 or 4 kills. I'm sorry. You do have an open Nexus at this point.
The open Nexus is
which
tough.
is worrisome. Which is very worrisome.
Wow. And let me tell you, boys, we're in for the long haul on this one. These teams are fighting tooth and nail. The open Nexus, anything can happen.
Yeah,
but
so
my word.
This is typically where you start to see, it's like somebody always goes hero mode, where they say, listen, I need you 4 to distract them. I need you guys to do something. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to flash over the gates, the walls. I'm going to run there, and I'm going to take the Nexus. We see it so many times over here, and it's always that one auto that
these fights,
don't make it to. But that is, if you're Lotus right now, everything you needed to happen just happened, except losing the open Nexus. That's a small tweak into it. But you got massive shutdowns. You ended up getting the Soul Dragon. You ended up not losing the game.
Yeah,
and
it's huge.
You got 4 kills.
It's huge. So, and look at the Sivir. The Sivir is still only sitting on 2 items right now. She has so much room to grow. And once she gets that IE, the damage spike is going to be absolutely massive.
Yeah, and the good news for Lotus too, as well, is it's currently only 1 lane. It's only the mid inhibitor that is going down. Now that's the focal point of where you spend most of your time is anyway. So clearing waves for them is not a problem. They have the champions to do it with Zilean and Sivir.
All right,
this is going to be easy.
They're going to start off right here. They can't They can't possibly stay on it, but they're trying to bait them now, trying to go for a little bit of a pick here.
The problem is contesting this with the open Nexus. That's the problem.
Oh, and the bubble lands in the Q on top of it, but it looks like Karma's a little bit caught out here. Gonna have to flash, gonna have to burn the Shirelias to get out of there. Camille looking for the engage possibly, but they're just gonna back out, lick their wounds.
Oh, nice little sleep there.
Nice little sleep. Not really gonna turn into too much. They're gonna go back onto the Baron. A little bit of damage was taken on the side of Lotus. Can they properly contest this?
Can Olaf be crowned MVP?
Olaf going in, popping the ghost, absolutely going in, getting massive shields, massive damage, taking Mordekaiser out almost instantly. And with the Zilean ult on top, he has no fear. He's gonna run them down. The Sivir chasing, the Olaf going in. Everyone is losing their life, and he cannot be stopped. Sivir picking up 3 massive kills. Zilean fishing for the last one, and almost certainly gonna be it. The bomb dropped. Ace and Baron going over to the side of All-Star. No, Lotus.
So let me tell you, this Olaf right here, this man has no fear whatsoever. I mean, there was a couple times he dropped to maybe 200 health, and he just kept running, man.
The Zilean ult wasn't needed.
Yes.
He just kept healing, shields, everything. Just an absolute unit.
And they got it figured out. So this is the part that they're looking for, right? Is you use the Karma Shield ult to speed everybody up. You give your huge shield to Olaf. You pop his CC immunity. You Shirelias him. You put the Shen ult on him. And this is exactly what we're seeing. Is he's able to withstand and tank all 5 members of All-Star.
If I could just cut you off for a second, we got a bit of an item disparity. The Karma itemizing a lot smarter here. Prioritizing the Chemtech Putrefier. Sona not quite there yet, just only has the Oblivion Orb. They know that they need to reduce the Mordekaiser's healing, keep him out of the fights, and with the amount of healing and shielding that's coming in on the side of Lotus, you would think that All-Star would prioritize that. Instead, opting to go for the mana item, it's just not going to be enough.
No, but I mean, I got to give a quick little shout out to Lotus right here. I mean, this is 10k gold deficit is where you start to write them off. Obviously, the champion's there, the talent's there, and the teamwork is here right now where you're kind of able to put yourself in a position where it's like, hey, listen, we can win this game. We're starting to make the plays. We're starting to play the comp in which we built it under. And that's exactly what we've seen for 2 fights in a row right now.
Sivir's got to have a ton of gold on her right now.
It's finally, it's showing. It's starting to shine through over here. So this is great for Lotus. We got
currently a very, very, very defensive Baron. The gold is almost neck and neck right now, and indiscernible for this point in the game. Not really trying to do too aggressive with this Baron. They know they need to play for Sivir's item power spike, and there is the IE. The 3-item spike for Sivir is absolutely huge, where she starts dealing legitimate damage.
Yeah, and Sivir hasn't had to worry about too much. We've never really seen that Sivir's getting targeted through this whole game. It's kind of like, hey, listen, Olaf has done the job of taking all 5 people. Literally
speaking of Olaf, here he goes in here. All the confidence in the world. Mordekaiser tries to answer it, but Olaf doesn't care. The shields are there. He's just going to walk right out. But that's what you got to be worried about if you're the side of All-Star. They're engaged of Olaf just running at you. What do you have to stop that?
Nothing. Actually, nothing to stop it. So you need to, if you're Kaisa, you need to position yourself at the point where.
Oh my word! Shen going in with the taunt. He doesn't care. And then the double bomb. The Olaf coming in over the top. Mordekaiser going to go down as well. Olaf just running in behind the tower. He does not care. The Zilean ult on top. He's going to go down, but get revived almost immediately. Mordekaiser looking with a sliver of HP. Olaf gonna go down, and Camille gonna finish that kill off. Mordekaiser barely alive. Still not dead, but the damage coming in. Sivir finally focusing him. Kaisa gonna try to fend him off, but another flash.
This is an end.
Another flash. Huge amount of damage coming in. Camille's gonna try to get some return kills. A couple kills going back, but it's just Sona alive against Zilean and Karma. The double bomb coming in. That might be the kill. That might be it. Sona gonna get some damage at the end, but Zoe almost up. Zoe respawning. I don't think they can end here. That's inhibitor.
Maybe not. Yeah, I mean you have this. You have the Baron buff over here, which is crazy. I mean, we saw Mordekaiser survive for so long at such little health. His shields and the heals just kept coming in and in and in. At Olaf, one point, was stuck between the 2 turrets, fending off 3 people. And Mordekaiser still didn't die in a 1v4 scenario. So that's crazy to me. You have it on both sides right now. You have the Mordekaiser that can tank all 5 people, and you have the Olaf that can tank all 5 people with the help. So you're starting to look like it's a close game.
Yeah, I know. It really is a close game.
This Elder Dragon is up. So you need to ask yourself, do we do this right now while Camille is down? I'm sure they know that TP is over here. They're still waiting for the Shen and the Sivir to show up right here, but they're going to start to get prio on the Elder Dragon because, to me, Elder Dragon is you get it, you win. It is so hard to lose a game
it's so difficult.
with Elder Dragon. It's
Zoe,
so hard.
Zoe still has no fear, going for the little bit of poke damage with the ultimate. But this is going to be really hard for the side of All-Star to contest.
Yeah,
Lillian going to be going in
near.
playing defense.
Kaisa nowhere even
no,
near to
Kaisa's
over
on
here.
the other side of the map. A huge blunder on map play. And that's going to be Elder given up for basically free. And a Gromp taken on the other side. Not going to be a worthwhile trade. And that is going to be an almost 4-item Sivir with Elder. And with the ricochets coming in, everyone's going to be getting finished off by that Elder passive.
Yeah, this is a problem. This is almost where I want to hand it to Lotus and say, hey, listen, you did a fantastic job on your objectives, right?
Yep.
You were able to get your Soul Dragon. You were down 10k gold, and you never once gave up and said, "Hey, this is it. It's over at this point." You now have the Elder Dragon for you. You have all 5 people on your side. It is so hard to be able to withstand this stuff. The amount of stuff that we see Mordekaiser been tanking, he's eliminated at that point because of the passive.
They're going to be looking for the tower dive here. Olaf, maybe there's going to get in that huge amount of tower damage. And Sivir goes down to quarter HP. And, they're going to have to back off here. It looks like Sivir took a massive amount of damage. Olaf just going in and out, not taking any damage whatsoever.
You need to leave the base right now.
Yeah, you're a bit overextended.
You already did.
The TP4 Camille is available. She has a decent ward to go to. So they have to be careful. They have to not overextend their welcome. Sivir going to heal up, though, a massive amount. But Zilean going to look for the double bombs. Not going to quite hit. The siege coming in. Are they going to counter engage? The Mordekaiser ult the Shen. The turret goes down. But the damage is not going to be enough. Running for his life is the Olaf. They're trying to kite it out. Mordekaiser barely surviving. It is going down. The damage from the Sivir is just too much. Boom, the Elder passive popping.
Yeah.
Zoe trying to get some kills on the backside, but another Elder kill. Sivir absolutely wiping that fight. The Olaf as well. They are unkillable, and that is going to be a comeback quadra-kill win for Lotus. And what a game. What a game.
That is incredible. Let me tell you that right now. To be able to do that, I mean, it's purely based off the team comp and the communication that's over there on the team.
No, for sure.
Whoever is shot calling on that team did an absolute job to rally the troops and say, listen, guys, that ain't over. Like, we picked this comp for a reason. Here's what we need to do. Here's how we're going to win it all this point. An excellent job once again. I mean, I want to give credit all around to everybody on both teams because it was looking so good for All-Star for about 75% of that game, maybe 80% of that game. It was looking like they had the takeaway at this point, and Lotus able to just absolutely make things work. Yeah. Absolutely able to make things work. So the MVP that I would give over here is I'm going to give it to Olaf because this is the man that he knew his role. He absolutely knew his role. It was, hey, listen, I'm going to press my ultimate. I'm going to run at everybody until I die. Yeah, give me the Shen ult, give me the Zilean ult, give me the speed
Olaf was absolutely
give me everything
huge.
Right
and just
here.
The amount of damage right up there with his carries, just going in with the Hydra, just cleaving through everybody, just an absolute menace. And there's nothing you can do to stop him. He popped ult, no CC is going to stop him. Just a fantastically played game, getting caught out a little bit in the early game, but knowing his late game win conditions, always playing for the objectives, and just it's a great game overall. A real thriller, start to finish.
Yeah. It's one of those games that you're lucky to cast type thing.
Definitely.
Because this is, from our standpoint of view, this is a game that we not really saw it going to this degree. Typically, when you get to that point, it's a steamroll over here, and it's like, hey, listen, we got like 10k gold to kind of do whatever we want.
Yep.
And they did try to end with it with that one dragon fight over here where they tried to backdoor the Nexus, and it got pretty close.
I forgot about that.
Half HP over here.
My word.
That was your win condition, and from there, when they were able to get all those shutdowns, the
tides turned at that point.
And then that's where the All-Star had that communication to themselves, like, hey, listen, we're not going to try to do some sort of backdoor because we need to start grouping together because, I mean, look at their team fighting right here. We need to figure this out. We have the gold advantage. Let's make these objectives work for us. And the unfortunate part was they didn't have the objective control like Lotus did, even with so far behind. And that's the crazy part.
You got to credit Lotus staying in there. And, man, what one heck of a game. Absolutely. And we're going to be taking a quick break here. We're going to be leading into our next matchup soon. We'll see you in a couple minutes.
gotta give Jeremy the hat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SLS. I want you to come on over, take a seat, and let me tell you about lobster.sls.lol.
Lobster.
Yeah, it's the thing you want. It's the thing you need. There's been nothing in your life that you need more than
lobster.
You want that lobster. You want to invite it over, make a nice dinner. Tell her all about your life. Tell her about your dreams. And at the end of the day, you're sitting by the fire, getting all nice and cozy, and then you whisper into her ear, lobster. That's right. And then that's when you know to go to lobster.sls.lol. Go there right now. It's the only thing you need to do. It's the only thing I need to do. In fact, I'm going to stop the stream right now and head over to lobster.sls.lol. And
we actually got a real life lobster
right here for you
from the ocean. It's something we baited in. There it is, right there. There it is, right there.
Don't scare it.
Yeah,
don't scare
it. You got to be nice and quiet to it. But we baited a real life lobster in here. The fun fact: they love Henny. Love Henny.
They love it.
You pour a little drip into the ocean, and they swim right up.
Now watch this. I got right here, pure Henny right here, right here. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh,
out of my hand.
Look at it go to it.
You catching that
No way. No way.
Look at that. Pure. Oh my God. Look at the suction force on that boy.
Oh my God.
Oh mama. All right, little lobster, be free. Like we can only keep you for so long. What a beautiful creature. What a sensual moment that was. I'm breaking out into a cold sweat.
Incredible.
That was amazing.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything, but I kind of want to say something, and I know you might feel a little sad about it, but that lobster was making eye contact with me.
With you?
Yeah. Me. I'm telling you,
dude, that's your double vision.
I saw it.
Right there.
I'm telling you.
That thing was looking right at me.
No way. Then what was the wink? What was the wink?
The wink to me? Yeah,
no.
You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Oh,
Whatever.
So you have its phone number?
I'm working on it.
Oh, well, let me know. I might give it to you after the show.
No, you cannot do that.
All right, then I won't.
Oh, my God.
That's right. Yeah, the lobster is near and dear to all of us.
It is. It's something we
owned by all, yet owned by none.
Yep, correct. So we got a couple beautiful pick bands over here right now. So Vladimir Pike immediately going out. By Blue Streaks, don't want to deal with it. Same with the Silas over here, and then the Viego Morgana, and we're gonna wait on a third band at this point to see what it is. I mean, do you have any guesses?
I'm gonna guess Olaf randomly.
Really?
I don't think it will be. Maybe Mordekaiser.
If I'm gonna guess, I'm gonna say Syndrome.
Oh, you
Hot
see,
take.
yeah,
Hot
maybe. And look at that.
Dude,
Bada boom, bada bing.
Do I know how to call it?
Yeah,
or
you
what?
do. Yeah, that was fair. That was very fair. And, interesting. If that's gonna
Yeah.
get locked in, I'd be very surprised to see an early Tristana lock in. Haven't really been seeing too much of Tristana.
No.
Maybe something that's been under the radar for me, but a power pick, a comfort pick, definitely kind of a neutral pick. It's a little strange to first pick your AD carry. I don't know if Tristana is really what you want to prioritize, but if he's comfortable on it, he's gonna run with it.
The Hyman Donger, yo.
We love it.
That is a champion that I think everybody in the entire universe despises to go against.
Oh, 100%.
Just a champion who is so annoying, it makes you just want to swap lanes with people.
Oh, we got a viewer question here. Maine or Canadian lobster?
So there's actually...
That's a touchy subject, honestly.
So it is. So you want to say Maine, right?
Ooh.
Because that's the thing. But what we captured was an Ohio lobster.
Oh,
we captured
exactly.
an Ohio lobster.
Yeah, right from the Ohio Sea.
No, the Ohio Spring.
That's right.
It leads out to the spring, but not the way you think. So, Ohio, you got it. It's a big state. And there's actually a sea in the middle that goes down up and around out to the Pacific coast. The Pacific coast,
man,
not the Pacific.
Whoa, look at that. And look, they have projectile shedding, too. All of a sudden, there they are. Look at that, man. These things, man, I tell you, I love myself a lobster, but we just can't. They're breeding like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
They've quadrupled in population.
It's uncontrollable.
It's just absolutely absurd.
To me, it's Gizmo when wet.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That's
good.
That's how I saw it. I was like, what is going on? I mean, it almost was like I was trying to shove him out of the way to not step on him.
Dude, it's like we have 3 Yordles already. Look at that. And oh my, another one. This set is going absolutely wild. And I tell you, these lobsters, I love them, but good Lord, the smell is horrendous. I can't breathe
I don't mind
right now.
If somebody could bottle that up and put it in a cologne,
because you could call it. It's more of a stank. And stank's not always a bad thing.
Yep. And when we used to go to the clubs, your move was the stanky leg.
That's right.
I remember you held the record at Club Fifi for 6.5 hours. You did the stanky leg.
I did.
No
and
bathroom break.
You might think that I was shaking, doing the whole stank. I just was standing there and my leg reeked. Yeah. And they were like, dude, how is this guy doing it? And it was it came at you like a wall. Yeah. I don't know how I did it. I haven't been able to do it since.
Right.
I honestly
the wrong stuff now.
I honestly thought my leg was septic or something. I thought I was dying, but at the end of the day, I still have this leg, so it's serving me well.
It's doing its job. It's doing its job right.
But we got 3 Yordles already. Got a little Popster on one side with the Thresh and the Heimerdinger. Got Tristana, Graves, Alistair. The jungle and bot lane might be secured here. We've seen some Heimerdinger bot lanes. We've seen some mid lanes. The Jax pick, though, a little interesting to be picking that blind when there's still a lot of choices to be made. But Jax definitely a very strong pick right now. That guy is a bit unstoppable.
Just with Spear Sojin coming back, you start to see a lot on him, but always, it's like him and Irelia. It's kind of the Blade of the Rune King, and they just put in some work. T-Force too as well. For over here for the Jack or Divine Sunder if you need to.
Yep.
It's just one of those champions where it simply doesn't matter how many times you kill him. He cannot ever fall off.
And it looks like the response to that is going to be rock solid here. Yeah. Malphite coming in might have a little bit of an early game advantage, but with the mixed damage that Jax does, it's not as simple as stacking armor. He's still going to be a menace late game. And the Akali, a lot of damage, a lot of burst, and good engage with the Alistair Malphite. A pretty well-balanced team. The Tristana going in as well. They just want to go in, bulldoze you, and fight constantly. And wow.
Yeah, the problem to me is the split push from the the Jax.
Yes.
That's what I see over
Who do
here
you have to respond to that when Jax hits 3 items?
You have such a good team fighting capabilities over here from the Blue Streak side. You really do. And if you're them, that's what you want because you can simply
Whoa, boy, we got the trifecta. Triple Yordle City, and it looks like the Viger going to be popping in the mid. Maybe the bot. We're not even sure where half these people are going. My goodness, that's a lot of damage coming in, and that's 2 hyperscalers in the Jax, in the Viger, and my word, that is going to be some huge damage coming in the late game. And Heimerdinger as well. It's just quite the show, and it looks like we'll be that Heimer Thresh. Look at that!
He wants to go hang out with his frog friend.
Yeah, no, but the frog, he's kind of ignoring him. That's a little sad.
He's keeping his distance right here.
It's just like a middle school dance, like they know they want to dance with each other, but they're both being too shy about it. Look, the frog's turning. Little duck made a move, but now and the frog turns back.
Face to face with a little space.
Yeah, those little dragonflies are like the chaperones, just looking on. But that's gonna be a story for another day. It looks like Streak's going to be looking for a bit of an invade here. All 5 stacked. Maybe kind of catch out this Graves. Do they know about that he's going to be placing this ward? And they're just going to go in. The flash. And oh my God. Goodness. Knocks Graves out of his E. And that's going to be enough. The Jax flashing a little too aggressively to try to follow that up. But it's going to be a wasted flash in the end. Initially was just junglers trading flashes. The top laner also blowing his flash. So look to that to be an early lane to play for the side of Novasphere.
Yeah, I mean, it's the jungler's flashes, you know what I mean? But the top did go down over here, but I don't think Malphite exactly has the kill pressure in here. You might see something where it looks like he's going to start over a blue side. Sometimes you might see start the red, go straight over to your blue, gank top type thing, because it should be pushed in at that point. but doesn't look like that's the pathing that we're going to see. He's going to take over his blue pretty early on. I'm sure he knows that red is going to be done as they were a 5-stack over there, so he should try to judge the map and know what's going on at this point. But yeah, 3 early summoners gone.
Yeah, definitely. And this bot lane, a little unconventional with the Heimerdinger. You know, you see Heimerdinger occasionally bot lane with the Thresh. Definitely a lot of kill pressure, a lot of burst damage that they have to look out for. But same thing can be said about the Alistar Tristana. They can both go in, deal a ton of burst damage. Alistar's combo, the rocket jump by the Trist, the explosive shot. Both sides have a huge amount of burst. Tristana probably going to have a little bit of an advantage in the early game. You know, a little bit more AD, can last at these minions a little bit better. And with the passive from her E also pushing the wave, it's going to... This bot lane is going to be very interesting. The Thresh definitely posturing very aggressively. They're trying to get this level 2 first to maybe look for a little bit of kill pressure. But it looks like Novasphere is going to get that first, followed quickly by the side of Streaks. And Alistar going to be going in for the headbutt pulverize. The Flay gets off, but that's a huge amount of damage going on to the Thresh. The return hook doesn't do anything except pick up the minion for Heimerdinger. But yeah, that's a huge amount of damage Thresh takes there. A little bit of missed time on the Flay. The Flay can knock Alistar out of the headbutt pull, but it's a very tight window in the headbutt.
Yeah, when you see him just zooming across, that's when you need to cast it. Like, you have to be on the ready over there for that. So, like you said, the possibility is there, but it's hard. It's not that easy to do. It's hard to take for granted over here. I mean, Tristana does pretty well that we just saw over here of killing the Heimerdinger turds just simply with her passive that starts to do some AoE damage to stuff around it. Once you start to get to that level, like 7-8 type thing, you're going to be able to attack them at the range.
Alistar with the flash going in for the pulverized headbutt. Graves coming with the damage. Heimerdinger's almost certainly going to go down here, and that'll be first blood onto Tristana. Thresh running for his life, but a great gank by the Graves, and a great engage by the Alistar. Going for the aggressive flash pulverized, headbutting him back in, and that's going to be first blood. Heimerdinger going to be TPing back to lane, not going to be losing too much, but that is going to be an early gold lead for Novasphere.
Yeah, a good play over there by the Thresh to stop this Tristana jump and the resets, which may have been 2 kills over there. It's close to call,
it's a
but
tough call, yeah.
Yeah, but a good job over there by him, whether it was calculated or just timed right, we'll never know. But it was a very good play. But Heimerdinger obviously having some problems in here. Typically, he can bully people from the early game all the way into the late game. So the fact that there's kills already at this point, it's in trouble.
It's smaller than the diagram.
But yeah, no, and this bot lane matchup is just too hot to turn away from, I'm telling you. These guys are just going at it, and boom, just like that, looks at the camera, comes back to life. And there's a fight going on in mid here. Viger with the Event Horizon going down, but it's not going to be enough damage. Poppy going back in. That's going to be too much damage being taken back. Akali going to look for this kill, and the flash Q going to be enough. A little bit cocky by the Poppy going back in. Looked like a good setup at first, but just was not patient enough, and Poppy giving up a free kill.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm waiting for the Flash Ignite to drop down, but actually has teleport over here.
Yeah, no, but damn, that's two big plays on the side of Novasphere. Already looking at it like about a 1.5k advantage. Jack's taking some huge damage up here early. The Malphite does not care, probably maxing W, doing absolute huge return damage. Boom, another Q. This Jax is just struggling to stay alive. A little bit of a CS advantage. Jax about to get level 6, so it might equal out the power a little bit, but that's still going to be huge damage with Malphite ultimate and with jungle pressure coming as well.
Yeah, just a lot of damage overall from the Malphite. And the beautiful part
Ooh, Jax going in with the Counter-Strike. There's no mana left on this Malphite, but the return damage is going to be too much. The cleave on the W, absolutely huge. Jax biting off too much, more than he can fit in his mouth. Poppy going to be looking for the return kill, but not going to. Just too indecisive, and Malphite's going to get out for free. But my word, just the damage when you max W and Malphite. It's unexpected,
Malphite. And over here is Malphite really only just had a Doron shield at that point, and you can just see how tanky he is. That's the problem. You know what I mean? Is Malphite is you're looking at this thing over here where it's like Jax can split push, right?
Yep.
But if you have Malphite over here, he can block the split push or stop it. I think the reality is that Akali and Jax Akali and Malphite end up shifting, and Akali starts facing Jax later in the game. That's my guess over here because.
But
Malphite
even that,
man, it's just you need him too much for those engages over here. But
with the Malphite already getting an advantage here, a little rough for the Jax. The Sheen coming in, a little bit of a level advantage. Jax going to be picking up that level 6 shortly on this cannon.
Straight over to him too as well.
Yeah,
So
everything.
with the
Everything, yeah. About 2K is the gold lead right now. And every lane right now just absolutely thriving. Jungle about a 20 CS gap at this point. Just absolutely insane. Oh, and it looks like Poppy going to have something to say about that coming into bot lane. Going to be a situation, but Graves is in the fight as well. And, oh, there we go. Now you can see the camera again. Boom, and it looks like nothing ends up happening in the end right there.
Yeah, it was. You thought it would. It was kind of close. All the elements were there, but just not able to make it happen.
And yeah, but another attempt by Streaks, but Graves was there to thwart Poppy's plans at the end of the day.
Yep, as has been told so many times before.
It's a beautiful story. Akali getting a little aggressive here, but the Horizon coming in. Viger just one ult, and he's going to flash for it. Going to give up his life, but Alistar getting low, too. It's going to be enough. The trade kill goes on to Graves. Viger making something out of it there, getting the kill onto Akali, getting some gold back for himself. But this Jack still having a rough time top lane. Malphite just taking plates in his face and taking no damage in response. Just
it just does what he wants. I mean, that's a 3v1 over here. Good job for the Viger to kind of know, like, hey, listen, I'm probably going to die here, so might as well pick up what I know that I can. Actually ended up getting the Alistar, too, at that point, so he could have lived but got a kill and walked out of it, but you can never predict that stuff. I mean, that's just second nature over here, so great pickup. Finally putting blue streaks on the map, and Novasphere over here going to grab the rift there, all it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like. But Novasphere can pretty much do whatever they want right now. Advantages in pretty much every lane that you see. And that's going to be the rift going over. Streaks really has to look for any advantage they can to get back into this. All the lanes, except for bot behind, Heimerdinger definitely getting that CS with the turrets and controlling that lane a little bit. But just as I say that, a huge fight coming in right here. Heimerdinger going extremely low, and so is Tristana. Both sides are going to go back and lick their wounds. Both sides nearly getting a kill. Heimerdinger in the 2v1, almost taking Tristana with them. But here comes Thresh at full HP. Is he going to impact this fight? Looking to stay off the side of the map, possibly going for a flash play, but it looks like it's going to be the end of it. Both sides are going to back off, and more action going in bot. Streaks almost able to pick up a 2v1 kill. Getting to a bit of a lull here, and it looks like still most lanes are still in the favor of Novasphere. That gold lead is ballooning right now to about a 3K deficit. Definitely a rough situation to be in for sure. Ooh, what you got there?
So I don't know if the production told you, but we're turning this into an ASMR stream.
Oh, nice. How does that feel?
Is that nice? Does that make you want to go to lobster.sls.lol?
It makes me want to go to lobster.sls.lol. Man.
Dude, I almost fell asleep.
I know, that was a beautiful thing. That was just a nice little calming thing. It wasn't anything more to it. It was just a calming. That's what ASMR is supposed to be. And if you get anything else out of that, well, that's your fault. We're not in charge of that. Well, we can't control how you feel things.
Not legally.
No, well, that's true. There's always a way. Boop, boop. But yeah, Graves, is going to get in DJ Scuts over here. Bot lane looks like Poppy's going to be looking for a play, but it looks like Novasphere might be sniffing this out, is backing up. But Poppy's in really good position here. Tristana might be in trouble. The Flash E might be available. Gray's coming for the counter gank, but here's Poppy. They're not expecting it, but there's a huge amount of damage going on to Thresh. It's going to be more than enough. Poppy going to go down, or Heimer going to go down right behind, and Poppy going to have to run for her life. A massive amount of burst damage coming in. Tristana jumping out, didn't even have to, just full HP. That's going to be plates going over. Malphite still imposing his will up here, absolutely manhandling the Jax, and that is every single lane right now. A massive advantage for Novasphere.
A massive is an understatement. I mean, this is looking at domination right here. Viger goes down in the mid laner. In the mid lane, right? He's down, about 20 CS at this point. Bot lane is able to make some work. Graves is 2-0-2 right here. So what you're starting to look at is a problem over here for Blue Streaks right here. The second dragon goes over to Novasphere. So this is not looking good if you're Blue Streaks. Your bot lane is starting to fail. Heimerdinger is like I said, one of those champions who is just an absolute bully. So the fact that he's not able to make this lane work for him as much as he thought he could, that is a no-go in my book. Hopefully he can get those things where he can drop his turret ultimate and just end up with like 30 kills based off it.
Yeah. That'd be nice. It'd be nice if we lived in a world where that was possible, Chase. But you're wrong. You're wrong about everything. In fact, you're wrong about most things these days.
Oh, yeah?
And you know what? I've had about enough of it. Right now, Poppy, alive or dead? Alive. See, I called it. I know it.
I called it first.
You said dead. We all heard it.
No, I didn't say that. That's fake
Wrong
news,
again.
yo.
Wrong again.
Okay. You're about this close to me leaking your OnlyFans account.
No, Chase. I'm already making too much money as it is. They can't possibly make more.
You're so close. You're pushing the boundaries right now.
Oh, you're...
Look at that stun over there from Morta.
Heimerdinger. Uh-oh, little hook down, Not going to be anything, though. Little Tristana just going to get all those creepies.
I'm going to say for last game, I was a little disappointed. You never used the term once, Mordekaiser es numero uno.
See, that's true. That is true, but that's a little played out. I'm trying to keep it fresh, trying to keep it clean. Mr. Clean. Speaking of Mr. Clean here, a big bombardment. Bot lane, too. Look at that. Boom. Thresh the hook. Boom. The instant cleanse. The damage not going to be enough, and boom. Little Gizmo gonna go down, and that is gonna be a huge turnaround kill. But Graves coming in with the mop up. Heimerdinger gonna stay alive. Thresh gonna stay alive too.
Go,
and Heimerdinger run
run.
His life.
Can
he get out?
Get out of here.
Almost at execute range, but here comes the calling.
Oh my goodness!
The Graves ult over the top to secure the double kill.
What is that? That man's got eyes on the front of his head. Let me tell you that right now to be able to make a snipe like that.
Little Gizmo thought he had enough, but it was a little too much, and it's going in. But at the end of the day, that's still 2 more kills going over for Novasphere. Thresh picking up a bit of a counter kill. Poppy coming in, and I don't even know if this is going to be enough to stop the Malphite. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he's such
gonna
a
slap
big boy
you.
at this
Slap
point.
him.
I mean, look at this.
Slap him.
He's got his Iceborne Gauntlet. He don't care what's
No,
happening
he doesn't
now.
care. Watch this. He's going to find Poppy again. Like, hey, get out of here. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
I'm the rock. I'm the man. I'm going in. I'm rock man. Look at me go. Boom, boom, boom. Clear this wave. Oh, hey, Jax. Look at me. Look at me. You want this? You're going to have to come up to me. And I'm a big guy. I'm going to hit you if you do that.
And I think his ult's actually about to be right up. So I think it's possible that he could just...
Uh-oh. Oh, boom. Look at that. I'm going to take a plate right in your face. Why? Because I don't care that you're there. Boom. Boom. The boom. Bada boom.
Yeah, that's
it's that easy, boys. It's always that easy. Just waiting for the ult cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, he did get counterpicked.
Oh, and look at that. Viga dies. Alistair going to be taking some tower damage. But is it going to be enough for Akali to pick up the return kill? Oh, my God. Here comes Poppy. The return kill does come through, but can Akali get away from Popster? Popster running in. The flash. Is it going to be enough? One more auto, surely, and boom, the return kill 2 for 1, but the kill in the top lane makes it a 3 for 1 on the side of Novasphere. It's getting kills everywhere. The Rift going over as well. First tower taking top, and everything, absolutely everything going the right way for Novasphere. 7K ballooning lead 15 minutes into the game. What do you do if you're Streaks in the situation, Chase? What do you do?
So here's what I do is I start waiting for this objective coming up. We have a minute for Dragon, right? So what do I know that I have? I know that I have a Thresh hook
and I know that I have a Viger cage, and I know that I have Heimerdinger turrets.
You forgot the most important thing, Chase.
What's that?
Hope.
Oh, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. But what I would do is my classic go-to. I'm a big fan of it. I love it. I will preach this to anybody on the planet, and it's called Death Brush. It's what we used to do back in RuneScape back in the days. And so what you do is you stand on you know one person, and it looks like there's one person out there in the wilderness. Yeah. But what do you got? You got your whole clan there.
Look at that right now, Little Thresh baiting everybody in, but there's no one to help him. In fact, he's the one that's baited himself. Bada boom, he's dead. Gizmo picking up a kill, and that is going to lead into a dragon possibly, but still 30 seconds on that timer. But Thresh trying to get some vision for his team, but there is absolutely no control on this map. Malphite with the flash ult. Poor little Viger. It's gonna be it's all she wrote. Bye, Malphite.
Maybe not.
Kill. And too much. The flash ult gonna be enough to finish it off.
Finish him off over here. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Alistair in a weird spot here.
Little Heimerdinger.
Yeah, Heimer sniffs it out, throws the pink ward down. Gonna
Poppy is
Poppy again. Malphite doesn't
right
care.
Now.
The dragon, but who cares? There's a fight going on here. Little Popster gonna ult Malphite away. Say, I've had enough of this. Please leave me alone. Little Rift Herald went on a little ride, and he's coming back. He's almost certainly going to die. Who's going to get the kill? Little Jax, boom, boom. No way goes off.
Oh, my
goodness. Come on, boys. Come on.
How does that happen?
Man, what are we doing? Uh-oh, little Heimerdinger. He's in a lot of trouble. He's going to die and get shot in his eye.
One fallen leaf is taking control of this game.
Yeah, one fallen leaf, more like 4 fallen leaves. That's how many times he's died.
Yeah.
He's died 4 times. And what are you going to do? You're a little Heimerdinger. You're trying to live. You got 3 Yordles on your team. You're small. You don't want to be small when you're on the Rift, and they're quite small.
I don't know. That's not true. TFT, that was the way to go. It was just building Yordles.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, little TFT set 1. Boom, I dodge everything. Yeah, that's a great mechanic.
That's what I played. You just get free champions, and you can dodge every ability.
Yeah, when you get the right augment, it's nice. I like it.
And Viger going down again over there in the mid lane.
Man.
So
and let me tell you right now, we knew it was happening, but that was a little R-rated. We couldn't show that one on live TV. We could not show that one on live TV.
No, absolutely not. No. But I'm going to tell you what, right now, we have a private TV.
Oh, we do.
And we can show that.
That's going to be a $10.99 per month, per week, per day subscription. And if that's confusing, well, just go over to lobsterSLS.com and it'll explain everything. But
can Malphite get out of this?
Malphite, that's a triple kill right there. Boom. The ults to get out, the flash, Thresh hook, and Malphite can be taking a lot of damage, but actually taking no damage.
He's got to go at this point, right?
Oh, my God. And boom, the flash. My God, they're blowing all the flashes in the world. Can he get a return kill in the end? Jax going extremely low. Boom, boom, and almost getting the kill after the Jax. And look at all the stuff they're getting on the rest of the map. Mid lane going down, bot lane going down. Yeah, you killed Malphite. The Demon Lord is dead, and it only took your entire team. Speaking of dead, Heimerdinger, bada boom, bada bang. Akali sucking you right up like your little snack. She likes.
Yup, little wasabi in there.
Little wasabi.
Yeah.
We like to see it. But, yeah. But, I mean, but look at that. Poppy, boom. She's alive. That's good.
Here's what they need to do. I'm going to lay out a game plan right here. And if you're listening to me right now, Blue Streaks are going to win the game.
Yep.
What you do is you put a Thresh Lantern down. Akali throws her shuriken on you.
Wait a minute.
Yep. And then you pull... You have the person grab the Thresh Lantern. You flash over into a Viger cage, Heimerdinger stun, Jax stun, everything, and you got 1 kill. Now, is that enough to win the game?
No,
probably not.
Definitely not, but that looked cool.
Yeah, you got 1 kill.
And you know what? At the SLS, we have been known to call the game before when something cool happens and just award you the win right there. But this game probably not going to happen. It's pretty cool. They're going to take this Baron. Ain't nobody going to show up, man. They know whose turf it is. They're not rolling up. They're not even trying. Thresh kind of sniffing around, but he knows he's in the wrong part of town. He does not want to be here. Baron going down a little late on the ward, but the hook gonna miss a stationary target, but he couldn't see him because of the pink. So at the end of the day,
we'll give him some leeway on that one. Regardless, I don't think anything could happen anyways, but it was kind of interesting.
Little Poppy going in. Gizmo having to pop the cleanse almost immediately and getting out, blowing both summoner spells. A nice play by the Poppy, but you gotta think that's kind of meaningless.
Yeah, but meaningless can result into something sometimes.
Something that's meaningful. That is true.
So you kind of have to take every avenue you have, even if, it's the classic, so you're telling me there's a chance.
Exactly. Speaking of chance, there's a chance. Someone's about to die. Malphite looking for it, but a nice E by the Heimer. And, but Akali wants it, and she's going to get it. Poppy going in, going to get slowed, going to get taken down by the Akali. Malphite still holding that ult. Still an absolute unit, looking for his next prey. Jack's going to try to get a recall off, but there are boys in his yard, and he's got to be careful.
Yeah, and I like that. It was like, hey, listen, Heimendinger, you got caught. Oh, wait a minute. Poppy now got caught.
Yeah, exactly.
That was my favorite
the
part
old
right
bait
there.
and switch. Yeah, little Heimer doing everything for his team right now. And and Malphite, my God, just group a little more for him. Malphite foaming at the mouth, but holding himself in, waiting for the cage to go down, and that's almost certainly going to be a signal for Malphite to look for and engage. And man, that man has the patience of a monk, holding on to his ult and just not going in.
I know. That could have been so much different. I mean, you had the Alistar ultimate. You're taking, 60% reduced damage at this point, I believe. Or I think it's 50%. He's only level 10. So you have that. He's not going to get executed by the Viger ultimate over here. You should have engaged at that point. You're looking at an automatic avenue to end the game, but now you're going to wait and you're going to get the Soul Dragon
to play the devil's advocate.
But he's
exactly.
stacking here.
Point.
Graves knows the damage that he has, and he said, listen,
if little Heimer gets in eye shot, is almost certainly going to be a Malphite ult, right? Come on, he has to. That damage is huge. The Graves ult on top, he's 0 HP, but they realize
ultimate, so that's a problem.
They realize it's not worth it to ult for just that man. The clump is huge, and Malphite going to be looking for it over the wall. Boom! The double knockup, and that's going to be 2 going down. Just running house. Poppy knocks a bunch of people back, but it's too little too late. Akali's still here to play. Already has the double kill. Looking for the Thresh to get the triple. Malphite coming to help out. Boom.
Did Malphite just get Poppy ulted
and
ult and
TP
back
That's
onto
right.
the minion wave?
He's like, I'm back, baby. The Rock is back.
What a man right there.
What a man. What a mighty, mighty good man. Malphite and the team going in. Jax, bada boom, bada dead.
Kill.
That's a delayed quadra on to the Akali. That's going to be game. Novasphere throwing down on the Rift. The explosion and boom. That's what we call right there a close one.
Yeah, that is. I mean, I'll tell you that right now. That is something beautiful to watch right there, is the Poppy ultimate knocks 3 people right out. And the Malphite TP straight onto the minion wave to get back into the fight. That is something of true class, something we don't see that much.
It was a beautiful thing.
And I love to see it.
All right. Well, oh, man. We're spoiled today, Jake.
Yes.
You know what we got right here? To take a guess. Take a guess.
I'm going to say interview with somebody.
But with who?
If I had to guess.
Come on.
And I'm going to say,
I'm going
to
take
a long shot. I'm going to hope. I'm going to say Gizmo?
You got it. Whoa! How's it going, Gizmo? How you doing? How you feeling after that one?
Feels all right. Still saw some mistakes even through the win, but, stuff to work on.
But that's right. Nobody's perfect unless you're Tom Cruise. You got to look at it that way.
Of course, man.
I know. Yeah, you can't beat him. Yeah, a little bit of an unconventional bot lane with the Heimer Thresh. How are you looking to play that one out, and how to play out to your expectations?
Honestly, it's pretty annoying. Trist is kind of one of my champs that I like to play a lot, and it kind of out-pushed my lane, so it's really hard to play against. Something to look forward to in the future, though.
Yeah, so we saw, and we talked about it a little bit over here. It was, you had the first pick over here, it was insta-lock Tristana. 80 carry is not something we see a lot, insta-lock, because you want that kind of safeguard to be able to do it. What happened? You just know that, like, listen, they didn't ban Trist, I get Trist, it's game over type thing.
Honestly, I'll take any ADC in the bot lane blind. I don't care. As long as it gets in better positions, I'll just take it blind. I don't care.
Really?
Yeah.
Even you would take Yasuo 80 carry blind.
As long as if it's in my pool, which is pretty much a lot of champs, yeah, I'll take it blind.
That's what we want to see. That's how you got to do it.
And you run an ELO boosting service, right? I can pay for that?
I don't know about that.
After stream.
I'm sorry.
This is off the record.
It's all under the table, right?
It's all under the table. That's right. Tax free right there. The IRS don't come after us. But what do you got to say about the way your team played that game? Malphite just running train up in top lane. That guy was unkillable. Everyone trying to come kill him. Not enough. Akali going absolutely ballistic. Graves as well. Your support. What do you got to say about your team play that game?
Yeah, I think the team has been fairly solid. We've had our ups and our downs recently, but after today's game, it's very relieving to see that everybody's kind of pulling together, and we're actually looking like a pretty solid team now.
Yeah, I would say so. I'd like to give a shout out to your mid laner with the Akali over here, able to get a ton of solo kills over on the Viger, which can be hard, and everybody knows in a solo matchup like that with the Viger with his cage, it's just sometimes hard to kill, especially with Everfrost. So seriously, congratulations over to them. Was there any doubts going into Champions Life where you kind of said to yourself, "Dang, they kind of got me here"?
They definitely had a few picks that made us scratch our heads a little bit. The Poppy Vigar especially.
The Yordle team.
But it just kind of forced us to play a little bit differently. And it all came down to mostly laning phase. So it forced us to play a much more solid laning phase, which I think we did well today.
Yeah, absolutely, and we could see that out on the Rift. Is you guys really did it good, especially the Graves, knowing when to gank and knowing when to take advantage of the bots where it was pushed over. Because Heimerdinger, it's just impossible to stall a lane at that point. And he had like 3-4 ganks where it was like he was right on the ball. Even when a play we saw that Poppy was able to sneak around and get into the bottom side of your brush, you guys had no clue she was there. And we're like, oh, this is a problem. And all of a sudden, Graves comes from around the corner and just gets a beautiful double kill. Yeah.
Yeah, we were confident enough, even with numbers, we were strong enough at that point to where we could pretty much just fight anything, no matter who was there.
So that's it. So talking about going into the future, what do you think? You think your team has it all? Because there's been a lot of good teams out here. We saw Lotus earlier come back from a 10K deficit and able to win the game. Do you think you have what it takes to crown yourselves champion this split?
I sure hope so, but there is, like you said, a bunch of good teams in here, and I do respect them for it. Even the teams that may seem weaker, we've seen that they've beaten some of the stronger teams, so got to give them credit as well.
All right, and before we let you go, we got to do our little sponsor segment here. I'm gonna need your help on this one. You got to tell the fans out there where they need to go. They need to go to lobster.sls.lol. Can I get a little pitch from you on that?
All right, guys, go check out lobster.sls.lol, right?
There it is. Right, boom. Couldn't have done it any better. And there we go. That is, you can't get any better than that. You can't get any better than that. Everyone go there. Gizmo, thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see from you again, and I feel like we will. So keep it up. See you next time.
Yep. Bye, guys.
Bye. Yeah, so absolute gameplay over there from here. Able to completely dominate the map at this point, and that's what we like to see. We like to see these teams that have all the talent and are able to make it work for them over here, which is great.
Yeah, no, definitely. And just, a little more one-sided this game was than the last one, but, those games aren't too bad, and Street's going to have their opportunity to make a little bit of a comeback next game. They're coming up in our next matchup. We can't wait to see them, and what's that sound? You hearing that?
Yeah, I'm starting to think.
Oh, I know what that sound is. It's lobster.sls.lol. Lobster. We can't stop it. You can't stop it. None of us can stop it. It's there. It's primal. It's inside of you. It's inside of us. It connects us. It is omnipotent. It's everything. It's in you. It's in me. It's outside of you. It's everywhere. Lobster.sls.lol. Lobster.
Yeah.
Lobster. You want it.
You'd be amazed.
You need it.
We had one person say it changed their life.
It did.
It changed their life. Now, I don't know how, but
they
told me it changed their life.
Now, granted, that man became incarcerated, but that's not the point. His life changed. For the better, he doesn't have to pay for rent anymore. I'd say it's for the better. He gets free meals a day, and let me tell you, there's some other benefits if you know your way around the system, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I know where I'm going. Right after the stream, you know what? I'm going to go there right now. We got to take a short break. I'm going to head over right now to lobster.sls.lol. You know what? I'm going to catch you there. Let's take a quick little break. Let's go to lobster.sls.lol. Let's have a grand old time, and we'll see you back soon.
Yep.
Summer's gone, I'm latching on. Don't even know your name, but you're still in my head. on the dance floor. Oh, I said you who saw me first. I guess it's history now, and I shouldn't care, but it still hurts. I didn't realize the danger, cause you're the end of the rainbow. And the music was so loud, didn't catch your name over this crowd. Girl, you should wear a name tag, cause all I wanna do is to know your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, that's the only way that I get your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, it's too important to be your name. People go insane when you walk by. Girl, you should wear a name tag. I need you on the dance floor. 4 a.m. and we go home. I guess it's history now, and I shouldn't care, but it still hurts. I didn't realize the danger, cause you're the end of the rainbow. And the music was so loud, didn't catch your name over this crowd. Girl, you should wear a name tag, cause all I wanna do is to know your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, that's the only way that I get your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, it's too important to be your name. People go insane when you walk by. Girl, you should wear a name tag. Girl, you should wear a name tag. Girl, you should wear a name tag.
We're back a little bit briefly. Nothing crazy right here, but we want to take a little bit of an intermission substitute to, give a shout out to Raid over here. Raid's given us a beautiful opportunity, and as a Raid player myself, it's incredible. I've been spending, I go on Raid every day. It really is something beautiful to just kind of mitigate the time. Everybody has time in their life, right? Whether you're sitting there waiting for a league match, waiting for queue, Raid is something you can do in the background over there to kind of say, do some arena battles or do some multi-battle dungeon runs or something along those lines. You can always do something, whether it's you have some time at work or some time in your private life or anything. Raid can be there for you, and I know it's been there for me, and I love Raid. I was lucky enough to pull some great champions over here. Gaius the Gleeful is probably my favorite champion as of right now. I was able to get him and use him to climb the arena. Right now, I'm currently sitting at gold 5 over here, and I have not been playing for Raid that long. I really have not, and I'm already over here at gold 5 at this point. I don't even have Arbiter yet. I'm not even that far on these missions, but my dream is to make platinum. That would be incredible. Get top 500 out of the active player base, and there's going to be a day that's going to happen. I'm going to go crazy when it does, throw a giant party, because who else can say they made platinum in Raid? Not a lot of people can. So if you ever have some time, and like I said, hey, listen, it's easy. It's so simple. It's something you can do on your desktop, something you do on your PC, something you do on your iPad, something you do on your phone. And it's just so simple. You run, they give you 100 multi-battles a day, so you can put it even on auto if you wanted to. But it's a great game, just a pastime. Even 15 minutes a day is pretty well going. Something to just give yourself an outlet and not just be stuck there doing nothing and waiting for friends to come online or anything along those lines. So we just want to give a quick shout out to raid.swaglife.gg. We actually have a promo code too as well that you can use, and pretty simple to get up there in the levels, all that point. And it's right in our Twitch on top of it. So if you ever have 15 minutes out of your whole day, it's a pretty simple download, pretty simple game to follow, game to play, and you'll have a good time. Some of my close friends have it, and we all have a beautiful time playing it. And we love it. We love Raid.
All right, guys, we're in a little bit of a more extended break here. Having some technical difficulties, some matches running into different time slots. We got a lot of moving parts around here, and just trying to make the best of it. But yeah, we're going to be getting to this game real shortly. I got Chase here joining me. Just got us a little bit of a beverage here, and ooh, look at that.
Absolutely, and we got Raul here too as well.
Ooh,
it's been a
Raul.
long time running over here, but he's actually the physical therapist on the I guess on site.
Yeah.
It's technically what it is.
I tell you, like, you think like every form of massage out there. This guy's reinvented all of them.
Yeah, and he's incredible. I'm telling you, like, the stuff that he can do is, I almost felt like I was transported back to like 1980.
Dude, I thought I was an infant again. Just no stress in my body, just completely released. And that's the best way to describe it. I felt a release like I never felt before.
Yeah. Trust me, you're preaching to the choir on that one.
Yes.
It starts with a release, and then the massage just comes through.
Listen, if there's one thing we pride around here, it's finishing a job. And there's no man better at finishing the job than this man right here, Raul. And
I mean, Raul, our hearts go out to you because you've honestly been able to keep us going. And there's certain times out here where it's like, hey, listen, I've hit the end of my road, and somehow you're there, standing right behind the door. It says, like, listen, I can get you back onto the field.
Years ago, I had this. It was a scare, man. It had been 4 weeks, and I still had not produced a bowel movement. But we laugh now because we can laugh about it because we know what happens. But let me tell you, that Raul, he saved me. He saved. Why is there a sponsor, man? I don't know if they want us talking about my constipation over Raid. That's swaglife.gg. Get that out of here.
It's a classic. I mean, it's true because there's going to be some people that spend time playing Raid on the toilet.
Yeah.
And the fact that, Raul over here, he can eliminate that. He can say, hey, listen, I know you're struggling over here, but that 30 minutes to spend on the toilet, I can get you 10 minutes on it, and I can get the job done. And that's exactly what he does.
No, and let me tell you, that we talk about release, and it was incredible. It was incredible, man. It's like he just got in there, and it just took care of it. That's all he needed to do. And my life was saved. And we at the SLS, man, I tore my ACL last week. Boom. Like it never even happened. I was back in, ready to go.
Yeah.
And speaking of ready to go, we're ready to go into this champ select.
It's true. And Raul actually has some stuff over here, right here. And that's actually his favorite champion in the game, Ezreal, that has been banned. He loves him.
Yeah.
He loves him.
He says there's no better form of the male physique than Ezreal. And, he just has posters of him everywhere, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That slim, boyish figure that he has. Like, it just, nothing in this world beats it, according to him. And it's purely an anatomical thing with him. Like, because, this physical therapy thing, there's nothing weird about it.
Right.
That he just, society might tell you different, but he's just a cultured guy. He's got preferences out there. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, and I actually think Raul has a word for us right here.
Download Raid Shadow Legends.
That's
use
right.
Use the link in our channel bio.
Dang.
Yes.
Wow.
Amen.
Amen to that.
I've been preaching it for a long time. I really have been. And finally, there's somebody else that kind of shares the same thing, the same mindset as me.
Raul, please, that bounce check, it's good, I tell you. It's a mistake. It's a mistake. I only write good checks, man. Oh, and wow. This is really stretching it out here, buddy. This is a little much.
Another Heimendonger picked over here.
A little Heimendonger, but you can't feed Heimendonger in Raid Shadow Legends. Thank God we got that on the screen. Let's keep that up there. Oh, now it's gone. We don't know what's happening.
Hey, listen, Raid, one of the best games of all time.
You can't beat it.
Hey,
it is
24/7. If I'm breathing, I'm playing Raid. That's what I always say.
Yeah, but right now we're playing League. Let's get back to League.
Yeah, League is great. Raid is great. It's almost like sometimes, it's almost like a Venn diagram, right?
Yeah.
So you have your personal life in one circle, you have League in the other circle, and you have Raid in the middle, which kind of connects both of them over here.
Look at these picks so far. We initially from Streak saw the Heimendonger in the bot lane, but now we got the Jhin pick almost certainly not going to be the high rated carry. Support,
yeah, but it could be a support.
It could be mid. It could be top. And the Silas pick, too. Now, Silas, picking that against the Hecarim, that's going to be a nice ultimate for him. The Pike as well. 2 giant AoE ults. Pike's going to absolutely love having those, or Silas going to love having those. I don't know how you respond. When Silas is picked, it changes the whole dynamic of the pick ban phase. You want to try to pick strong champs, but they can't be that strong.
Yeah, so Silas, absolutely great ultimates over here. Kaisa over here, for the most part, with a Jhin CC, he can able to ult over onto it if he doesn't repick it. But here's the huge thing: Hecarim over here, Pike over here, Nasus over here. So he has like 3 great ults at this point. But a point of concern always is the Nasus. Always is the Nasus.
That's a clock you're on.
This man turns into a literal raid boss. I mean, we're talking stage 25 raid boss. That's what we're talking right here. Raid boss.
Raid boss. And it looks like it's going to be the Lux last pick for the mid. So a lot of damage, but that's another big damage ult that Silas is going to have the run of. And I don't think Lux fares too well against Silas. That feels like a rough matchup for her. Maybe she can play at range a little bit, but Silas gets on her one time. That's going to be a popped Lux gun.
Yeah, not the worst as you think. If you play it safe pretty much, you have the range advantage, of course, in any matchup like this over here. But the important part is the chains can actually reach you even if you hit them with the snare.
Oh, the Warwick pick. That's going to be a bit of a rough situation for Nasus up top. Warwick, I think Nasus has to stay. Warwick has that and more. He's just going to absolutely just bully that Nasus top lane. Could be jungle, could be Graves top, but I doubt it. Looks like it's going to be the Jinheimer bot, Graves jungle, Silas mid, Warwick top. And
maybe.
I would say.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it is a little bit of fluctuation over here. They do have a couple picks over here. They are pretty universal for the most part. The Graves, Silas, Warwick can kind of go anywhere right now. I almost want to say it's going to be a Heimerdinger support with a Jhin 80 carry, but there are the rare occasions in which we do see a Jhin support. Very weird, but I've seen it.
That's true.
Graves typically an excellent pick over here. He's able to kind of force his way over to counter jungle over here. He has a huge presence in it in terms of the map moving over here. But I think Hecarim I believe was the first pick, right? And the Graves following into that, to me, a little worrisome because Graves can clear the jungle actually pretty fast. Hecarim can clear the jungle pretty fast. Graves can clear the jungle pretty fast. But Hecarim has the mobility that Graves simply does not have. So he's going to be playing catch-up for the most part at this point. Unless it's a Warwick jungle, which with the Tiamat in there, he can kind of start to even things out. And with his scent over for the scent, he can kind of get to the map where the Hecarim. But Warwick, fun fact, actually has the second best sense of smell in the game.
Really?
Rammus technically has the best sense of smell in the game. Rammus does.
Okay.
My boy Phenom taught me that. And he taught me that years ago. Excellent, great. Phenom, incredible.
That's a throwback
and a half. He taught me put the DNA strip down on the map because it will attack other wards. He taught me that when you buy oracles, they can't see you. It puts invisibility on your champion. And he told me that Rammus has the best sense of smell in the game. So Phenom, if you're ever watching this, I grew up watching you. It was one of the first League videos I ever seen. And an absolute classic right there.
Beautiful. Back when League was a wild, wild west of content.
It was. It was like nobody knew what was going on. Annie was picked every single game. And Nasus, too. It was just a great time.
All right, here we are, finally getting into the game, getting into the matchups. Looks like Warwick Nasus will be that matchup top lane, and that's gonna be a little rough for the Nasus. I gotta imagine you hit that late game though, that Nasus is gonna have a field day going against that team, just running through them. But the key is, can Nasus get to that point? We'll have to see.
Well, here's the thing. I kind of like the Nasus against the Warwick because Warwick is one of those champions that's like the survivability is as long as you keep attacking the minions, you kind of can't get killed. The Wither at that point reduces the attack speed and the movement speed over here. Not that Warwick needs the movement speed, but he does need the attack speed to make things happen. So if you can eliminate that for him when he starts to get into the lower side of the HP, then it's like you can kind of take these trade-offs. But alternate sides of the map right now.
Yeah, right now. We're going to have Streaks coming in bot side and Cal Poly just sitting in a brush there. Both sides going to get some vision. Cal Poly not really going in, trying to look for too much. Just sitting in that brush looking for a counter invade. And the vision warp right now definitely going to be on the side of Streaks. But that being said, they know going over that ward, Cal Poly knows that they have an advantage in the top side. Hecarim going to be going in to try to get that first buff, get some vision down. Just absolutely they might run into each other here, but it looks like no, it's just going to be a free red buff trade, and we might actually see a split jungle here. Hecarim getting the top side and Graves getting the bottom side. Warwick going to be checking this out, though. He's going to spot this out. Very interesting.
Can he steal it?
Can he? I don't know. Against the Smite, he does not have Smite himself. He's going to be watching this. Maybe he's going to stick around until Hecarim gets low, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Warwick can possibly focus him off here. Nass is not going to be too strong. The Warwick, nothing really beats him level 1 with the Q. The massive damage coming in.
Oh
that is
my
going to be a
God,
first
from the
blood with
red
the flash. The
Yeah.
red buff not even going to be taken. Gray's going to get the bottom side red buff. That is an absolute disaster for the Hecarim. And Cal Poly off to a horrible start. Streaks getting a massive advantage. Warwick getting the kill. And Nasus just got an absolute monster to deal with top lane now with his Warwick.
Yeah, very unfortunate because you know that you have that advantage, right? You have your top laner with you. You think in all regards, this is a safe bet right now. But Warwick, he had that sneaking suspicion that said, hey, listen, over here. But look at this, another contest over here. But Hecarim able to get it. He actually can take the Graves down.
A smart
right
move
here.
by the Hecarim, honestly. The
bad flash, a very bad flash.
Yeah, the flash to try and fake him out, fake the flash over the wall, but Hecarim read it. And honestly, a great play, an absolute tremendous play by the Hecarim to get that red back, running right to it to try to counter it. And Hecarim right back into this game. Graves with a slight misplay, not able to get the red quick enough. But things starting to calm down a little bit, and Warwick just has full reign of top lane right now. Nass is too afraid to walk up, going to try to scare him off the cannon. Bot lane right now, pretty even. Nothing really going on. The Heimer in the support role this game. And just, Silas going in for some big damage. Lux trying to counter it, but just gets one auto attack off.
That could be trouble with the wave pushing up right
here. But that's the early
let's
advantage
see.
Lux is going to have over Silas with the range.
Missed it. So he's got free range.
Yeah, but he's going to
with
lose
XP
all
right
of
now.
that CS, so it's a bit rough
matter.
for the Silas.
The important part right here is that Silas is one of those champions that you don't exactly need the gold. You don't need to be even in gold with him. Because his raw damage is actually just so strong that he's able to make these engages at this point. So as long as he can soak up the XP and stay in this level range, we'll call it, he's able to do a lot. A lot of it comes from, of course, look at this, a beautiful kill over
man,
here,
Hecarim going to be coming in.
Top lane.
Yeah, that's almost certainly going to be a kill onto the Warwick.
Drop.
No flash. Going to be sustaining out of it. Nass going to have to come in and get some damage. But, yeah, that is going to be the kill over onto the Hecarim. Warwick extending his lead a little bit too far, and it ends up going back to Nasus. Hecarim starting to get big after the early game blunder. Oh, my goodness. But bot lane Pike looking for a little bit of an engage here. Holds the Q and has to flash.
This might be a
but that's
kill
a return
going
kill
down.
onto the Kaisa. Man, well played by the Heimer to save the flash, then get the stun onto the Kaisa. And they weren't expecting that kind of return damage, so Streak's getting a little bit back here.
Yeah, a nice play by the Heimerdinger. Even though he was stuck in a 1v2 scenario, he knew the Jhin was coming over here. The W is one of the longest range abilities in all of League of Legends right here. So he knows that he can survive this 1v2. He knows that Jin's on his way right here. Warwick's trying to make a pass into here, but the Wither is just too powerful where he cannot end up move. Graves trying to do some damage over here.
Get him out of there, but
can't
it's not
do
going to do
anything.
too much. Now, a bit of a questionable play by the Warwick going for that. I feel he might have been able to freeze the wave, but that was a pretty big wave coming into him. If he was able to freeze that wave, that would have been absolutely devastating for the Nasus. Not much he can do. The huge damage coming onto
Silas could be in trouble here with the Pike
here with the damage. Going to have to burn his flash and get out alive, but a great roam by the Pike, getting there at the right time and forcing Silas to burn his flash.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like Hecarim was able to do too much. I mean, they know that Graves was able to gank the top side over here, right? You're not able to get anything out of it.
Look at the CS disadvantage by the Graves.
Yeah,
Graves is one of the best. He's one of the best farmers in the game, and right now, just an absolutely just throwing it away, just not being able, just losing tempo completely. Level 3, is that right to level 5? Hecarim with an absolute massive advantage and gonna put that into the bot lane. There's damage going onto the Heimer. It's gonna be absolutely too much.
Really fast.
Kai'Sa gonna finish that off.
To pick up a nice, beautiful kill. Jin looking to put some return damage down, but not enough to finish Hecarim off. And Graves is over here doing his Grom buff, so he can't do anything right back to him. Hecarim looking to do a dragon over here, but that's actually questionable in my mind.
He's a little bit low, and Graves is at full HP, but they do have the numbers advantage. I don't know if Graves is going to figure this one out. Hecarim healing a lot with his W. Graves sticking around. He knows that this is going on, but he has no vision to join it. Pyke sitting around waiting for the Graves to show. Is he going to hit the blast going over? That's certainly going to be a dead Graves and the dragon. The E coming over the wall. Graves running for his life, but Hecarim going to finish that off.
God.
But will Hecarim give the kill back? The Warwick coming in, ulting nothing, but it doesn't matter. He's going to be able to get that kill onto the Pyke. Pyke running for his life, and he pops the W. He's going to get out of there. Warwick trying to chase, but the
beautiful
E from the Lux going to stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, so reason of deduction, right, tells me Hecarim ganks bot lane. Bot lane disappears. I'm saying in my mind, listen, they're doing dragon. Right, that's your best case scenario. Is you can figure this out, and the whole team did not rotate quick enough over here. Graves knew kind of was going on. We saw him hovering over on the blast cone. He was saying, "Listen, I know they're doing dragon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get here and I'm gonna try to steal it." But the bot lane was not there quick enough to make these things even up, or even try to pull them off a little bit. And it doesn't go in the favor for Blue Streaks. So you gotta wonder, what's the communication aspect for Blue Streaks? Because we've now seen them 2 games for tonight, and it seems like the communication is the lack. That's what was missing from this team.
Just a little bit. And the Lux taking a lot of damage here. They're trying to get something back.
She'll make it out.
I don't know. The Silas looking for the chain.
Not enough.
Not going to be enough.
He used his dash again over the wall, not in range of the E ability over here. The only thing that was
and just what I was fearing. The Nasus was left alone, and that's going to be too much. Nasus already outscaling the Warwick, leaving Nasus alone for too long, and it's almost over for the Warwick at this point. Nasus already at the point where he can solo kill, and bot lane even worse for the side of Blue Streaks. Another kill going over, Jin going down, and just
taking a nice little kill over here.
Yep.
So what you have right here with this bot lane over here is an abundance of damage, right?
Yes.
That's what you have with Heimendinger in this Jin combination. But the counterpart is you said, okay, you have a lot of damage, but
Hecarim looking for a gank mid here. Gonna pop the E. Silas waits, gets the Hecarim ult, and is able to ult to safety. But a good gank by the Hecarim, wasting the Silas ult. And, man, again, just more advantages on the side of Cal Poly.
Yeah, not enough. In my opinion, not enough roaming at this point. Lux has done a good job to control and keep this Silas inside the lane. Silas scales off working these abilities to kind of make it through the top lane, make it through the bot lane, grab these ultimates over here at this point, and kind of say, hey, listen, I stole your ult. I can do this. I can do that. We're going to get 2 kills bot lane. We're going to get 1 kill top lane. And he has this influence across the map. That's typically what we see. He's a champion that, as long as he has XP...
Hecarim looking for the Jin here. A little ambitious, but has a huge amount of damage. Just going to trade it and get Jin to back off, but... This Hecarim facing the map everywhere. Warwick going in onto the Nasus. Nasus doesn't have ult, but Warwick taking a lot of damage in return. A lot of sustain coming out of the Nasus to match the Warwick.
Yeah, it's the Wither. It's the Wither. Yeah. It's the Wither. As soon as you see that Hecarim hit that 50 HP mark, you simply wither him. He loses all the attack speed that he gets from his passive ability.
Yeah, the Warwick right there.
And he's not able to heal as much as you normally see. He's not able to do as much damage as you normally see. And that's what we're going on. The key over here is Silas is what I want to say for this team, because you have such a universal ult over here.
Yep.
So what you're looking for is your team to start doing the damage into the ability where you can get something like the Pyke ult or the Hecarim ult or the Nasus ult that's going to keep you alive or do the damage or something that you need. And you're going to be able to move in there and do everything that your team needs you right now.
Okay, it looks like a fight might occur here. You got Hecarim on the side doing the Grom. Rift Herald has been dropped a little bit early. Hecarim has something to say about it, though. We'll go and take a lot of damage in return. Nasus ulting. Going to have to flash out his Graves, but almost certainly is going to be the kill. The flash on top to secure. Is that going to be another plus 12 going over Nasus onto the Warwick? Almost certainly. Boom. Double plus 12. Double kill. Plus 24. Nasus getting absolutely massive. The Rift Herald doesn't even get 2 plates. A bit of a rough situation. And just more advantages coming in from Cal Poly. Just this Nasus is getting to be a problem.
And we can see Cal Poly has it figured out, right? They knew that Graves was over there on the top lane. You saw the Lux start to rotate as soon as they figured out he's in that brush. So she started moving up over here. She has such a lane advantage right now to the point where you don't have to worry about what goes on in these other lanes. You have the backup through your mid laner. You could already win a 2v2, but why not make it a 3v2 if you have the luxury of doing so? So that's what's going on right here. Hecarim doing such a good job getting over in the map. It has 60% KP right now. Nasus able to shut down this Warwick, even though the first blood went to him. Even though Hecarim was the first person to die and had to go over here to get to his red buff, Graves did his blue buff and went straight over to red and lost the smite battle over to here to get Hecarim that level 2 and the ability needed to just keep roaming the map.
And oh my god, huge damage coming in on both sides, both going down. Pike finishing off the kill. Jin looking for the last kill onto the Pike. This is going to be enough. The 4th shot, and there it is. Another kill going over to Jin, but Hecarim is coming over to mop it up.
With Jin nowhere to go, he has the option. He's like, I'm going to give the kill over to the Pike, or I can give it to the Hecarim. And the mistake was not giving it over to the Pike in my regard.
I mean, I don't think he can do that. He can't really take aggro when minions are already under the tower. But Warwick looks like he's not going to be able to get out. The flash, the ult away, that's going to have to burn everything. But Nasus is popping the ghost. That's all he needs to run that boy down.
That's the problem, is when you can't start using your ultimate to do the damage is when you have to escape.
I got to stop you. Point out, Nasus still has not based from that double kill. That man is still farming, stacking. He is just sitting there like a tree. He does not care. Hecarim doesn't care about this. Graves going in, doing some damage. Graves has a little bit of return damage. He's going to get out of there. But we got a dragon fight coming here. No TP for either top laner. So this is just going to be... Will the Nasus rotate over? Will he go back top? It looks like...
And I'm going to tell you what. I love games like this where it's a bloodbath. It's constant. It's constant. We have a job. This is job security.
Silas getting caught out. Tyler's getting caught out in the mid right here. A bunch of damage going in. The ult, and then the last hit by the Kai'Sa. Dragon going down for the side of Blue Streaks, but it's a little too late at this point. Just a consolation prize. What do you do at this point? The Nasus is unkillable. The Lux is a problem for the Silas.
Blue Streaks is falling apart. So that's what it is. I mean, Graves can't do his job. He can't make it around the map. Why? Because simply Hecarim is too fed and he's too fast to make it around the map before Graves can. And that is exactly what we're seeing.
CS disadvantage.
We're looking at 30 CS disadvantage with multiple kills disadvantage.
Oh my god, and gets right back to lane and immediately half HP. This Lux knows what she's doing, landing every ability. But the Silas goes in, does not use the Pike ult for execution, and he's going to get finished off by the Hecarim. Lux baiting that out perfectly. Warwick going in, not going to be enough. The CC is far too much, and Pike finishes that one off. And again, Blue Streaks looks for it all, gets nothing. They try to get this Kai'Sa, but it's not going to be enough. The damage is there, but just not quite enough under the tower. And Blue Streaks is just having a rough go of it.
Yeah, and it's one of those you almost want to call like short-term beauties type thing, where it's like, hey, listen, I get the TP, I'm going straight back to lane. I know we can kill the Lux. I know we can. So the whole team comes in here. But guess who's there? The rest of the whole team.
Hecarim's here.
It's very unfortunate at this point. Hecarim,
the ult, and it is going to be enough. Oh my god.
It's a problem. The Hecarim is a massive problem. He has such a lane presence that it's almost I want to use this term, disgusting.
It is.
It really is. This man is clearing his camp, ganking a lane, clearing his camp, ganking a lane, clearing his camp, clearing his camp, ganking a lane. That's what we're seeing right now, because he has such a head over here. With Divine Sunderer, he has so much damage. He has so much survivability over here. He's able to make these quick little turret dives to this point where Blue Streaks, I'm gonna throw a little thing your way, and this is gonna be hard to answer, but you're Blue Streaks. You're down a lot of gold. You're down a lot of kills.
You tell me where you come back.
Well, it looks like top lane might be the answer. Nasus,
he can't do anything.
Yeah, this is going to be rough. The 2v1 is a definite possibility. Almost half HP. The Heimer's getting down, and he's going to go down to the next auto attack. The Jhin coming in with the air support.
I'm telling you, you can't do anything.
The Hecarim running in.
You need 4 people minimum.
Oh, and then Jhin gets caught on the side as well. That's 3 kills going down. It is just not enough. And just more for Cal Poly. They're getting everything they want. Kaisa gonna take that in. It doesn't matter. It's going to be huge damage. One more auto attack. Graves barely licks his wounds and gets out of there. But every single lane disadvantage.
So, they know. Cal Poly knows the advantage that they have right now, right? They're playing to it. They know the Nasus is essentially unkillable. They need 3 to 4 minimum people out here to kill this Nasus. So what can you do? What can you do? You know you can't split push a Nasus. You know Warwick can't wave clear enough to stop this Nasus over here. So you're in serious trouble. And they're feeding the goal over to the Jhin. And honestly, I'm not sure why. Jhin is not Jhin is not the outlook for this team. It's somebody who, hey, listen, a simple Hecarim can get to you no matter what your team comp is right here. So he's going to go down. I think if you're feeding gold, you feed it to one person. And to me, that's the Warwick. Honestly, that's the Warwick.
I got to disagree. The Warwick is pretty much neutralized at this point.
Right.
Has to stay on the side lane to match the Nasus, and there's not really a lot he can do because of the Wither. Heimer getting a little bit caught out. That's almost certainly going to be a death going over.
But Jhin
Kaisa
can't
picking
do
it up.
anything.
Yep. Jhin has to run away. Just the turret dive by the Hecarim has to blow his item, but it doesn't matter. Hecarim going right back in.
What is that?
What the heck? Biting off a little more than he can chew. His hubris showing for sure. And with Dragon coming up, that might be a costly mistake. Pyke trying to get the pick off here, and he's going to die too.
Look at the no damage, though.
Yeah,
he's
real damage.
He's stuck there with 3 people, and
but Nasus is here. Nasus is here, and I'm not sure if they know. They might walk into him right here, and there it is, the hook. Nasus going to be getting a kill there. No, flashes out, barely makes it. Silas running for his life, but the ghost, it's not going to be enough. Another Q about to come in, plus 12. Warwick coming in. I don't know if he wants to be there. DK, put it down. Nasus, and another one. DK, put it down. And then, boom, can I see a triple? Triple. DK, put it down. We got the dog, baby. It's the dog pound top lane, man, and that would a dog beats wolf any day of the week.
That's a triple stack from the Nasus.
Triple stack
right
plus 36.
Beautiful.
Boom.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You love to see it. I mean, there's not too many times you see a Nasus go unkillable at this point. A lot of times it's, hey, listen, I'm going to stay top. I don't care how many times I die. I'm going to stay top until I get 1,000
But you know what? At the end of the day, that's the dog right there.
That's the dog.
Boom. Now, Jhin, at this point, man, you got to
wonder. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada dead, man. And that's the surrender. Oh! The surrender vote coming in. And a victory, and that is an SOS first for the live broadcast.
Yeah,
a render, and honestly, you can't even blame him.
I can't blame him. I mean, there was absolutely no shot you had at that game. I mean, there's no turnaround at that point. It doesn't matter if you get 3 aces in a row. There's no turnaround at that point. Nasus is simply too strong. We saw him 1v2, 1v3 a team.
It doesn't matter.
It's over.
It doesn't matter.
Hecarim can 1v3 a team. You just keep going down the line at this point, and it's simply game over.
It's too much. It's too much. And it's a shame because Blue Streaks did a lot of good things early game.
Yep.
The Warwick got that 1v2 kill onto the Hecarim, but Hecarim responds properly. Warwick gets a little too cocky, gives the advantage back to Nasus, and then ignores him. Then Nasus reaches a point where he's uncontrollable. No one can stop him. They throw 2 people at him, he kills them both. Doesn't matter. Throw 3 people at him, he kills all of them too. It didn't matter. And then at the end of the game, he's just mopping everyone up. No one can stop him. There's no CC, nothing.
And that's what you think is like, hey, listen, I know they're doing our red buff. I killed Hecarim, right? He has a death timer. So Graves finishes his blue buff. He goes straight over to the red buff. That's where it should be. Hecarim's in trouble. That's realistically, that's where it should be. Hecarim's in trouble. He's lost 2 buffs. You have a possibility to 3 buff him. You have a possibility to 4 buff him at this point.
And Hecarim is able to smite that away from the Graves and take a level 2 advantage and able to kill him. So he gets the buff back that he lost at this point, and he's able to start roaming the map.
See, if you're the Graves, he probably already used that smite onto his blue, so it was not available. So Hecarim just showing up there, knowing and understanding what the situation is going to be, able to get that buff. And from that point on, Hecarim just controlled the pace of the game in every single lane, affecting it. And just getting the Nasus ahead. The Lux almost solo winning in mid with the help of the Hecarim. Just huge CS advantages everywhere, and just a masterclass.
Yeah, seriously, Silas unable to roam at this point. He was stuck in a losing lane at the point where he had to soak up just XP, and that's just simply not enough when the entire laning phase for your whole champion, for your whole team is starting to be down single-digit kills, double-digit kills, all of this stuff, and you need to sort of realize that. And we saw earlier, it was like, hey, listen. The game plan was obviously feed the Jhin.
Yes.
Because we saw the Warwick and other people holding lanes for the Jhin. So it was feed the Jhin, get him fed. This is our win condition. And to me, and maybe to you, how is that your win condition? Because Hecarim can reach you. Nasus can reach you.
Yeah.
Anybody on that team can kind of get to you. And it was almost a lost cause at that point. To me, it would be kind of Warwick because he has a damage reduction. He has that ability to get into a team fight and negate any damage.
Even if Warwick is the solution, he can still get instantly negated by the Nasus.
Right,
with the
right.
Wither. It's just a tough situation at that point. It's almost a draft diff plus just execution,
well,
and
it's
tough.
You have to hope for a Silas Hecarim ult, making stuff over into here. A lot of factors have to happen to make that work. But honestly, in my regard, Warwick is your best opinion. But the way they were playing it, the game fell through as it fell through.
About 15 minutes into that game, it was decided. It's a tough place to be, but you feed an Nasus, and there's really not much more to say.
There's nothing you can do.
Much more to say, and you saw it in that last fight, and you saw that it was enough to just say, you know what, we're not even going to play this out. We know how this ends. We have no answer. There's no answer to Nasus.
It's true.
There is no answer at that point.
It's absolutely true. But I'm told we actually have a beautiful interview.
We do, and it's coming up. So I'm not going to spoil who it is. It's a little early for that, but it's coming up soon. We just gotta we gotta kill some time a little bit. He's just getting ready, man. After that win, man, you gotta celebrate a little bit. I'm sure that's what's happening right now.
A little bit, pop the bottles of champagne. You do what you gotta do, and that's it.
Yeah, but it looks like here we are. We got Haraka coming in here, joining us for the interview. No cam, doesn't matter. How's it going, boss? How you feeling about that win? Oh, we're not. We
Maybe
don't have
not.
We don't have the audio. We're
Possibly not.
Do we have it? Oh. Okay. All right, we're getting a little bit of technical difficulty situation here. Don't worry. We'll get into this soon. It's coming. Let's throw the sponsor on there. Yeah, that's a great way to kill time. Yeah, Raid. Woo, Raid.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some people that don't know about it.
No, they don't.
But I feel people bad. Who do. I feel bad for you because it is such a game that can change your life in about 38 different regards. Yeah, seriously, Raid is such a beautiful game. I mean, there's so much stuff that you can do to it. There's so much things you can get. Everybody has their own different luck. I have friends that pull Trunda. I have friends that pull Hefric. I have friends that pull Gaius. I have friends that pull Torvald. All these beautiful champions. And frankly, I'm a little jealous.
Yo, we got Near 5 in here. What's this game about? What is Raid? Never heard of it. My dad played it a bit before he left me, and Dad too. Dang. Well, Raid. Chase, why don't you take this one? You're the pro here.
Technically, I'm the Raid expert on stand. Technically.
Yeah.
So what's this game about? Very good question. So this game is about you. You have one of 4 starred champions. You can take Ethro. You can take Kale. You can take Gaelic. Or you can take Elthane. And so what it is a player that you can match your play style with. I typically went for Kale. That was who I picked.
What about the gameplay specifically? What is it about?
Gameplay specifically. So what it is you go through a campaign battle. So you have easy mode, you have normal mode, you have hard mode, and you have nightmare mode. So you have a few different game modes over here where you have to go through the campaign, and you can get there, and you can get better gear, and you can make it in. And there's a couple different avenues in which you can play. You have a bunch of dungeons over here, right? So you have the Minotaur, where you can start to get stuff for your champion over here. You can get some masteries. Every champion has masteries.
We're getting right into the nitty-gritty, but what's the basic gameplay of Raid? What are we doing? I hear it's a bit of a dungeon crawl situation.
A little bit. So deciding on how you want to play it. So everybody pulls champions differently, right? Mm-hmm. There's no set champion. You have over 700 champions in this game. So you decide how you want to play it. If you want to farm Spider, you can. If you want to farm the Dragon Lair, you can. If you want to farm Ice Knight, you can. If you want to farm Fire Castle, you can.
Another question. Another question. Are there any anthropological champs? I think there might be.
There is a couple. Yeah. There is a couple in the game. And to me, I love it. I mean, there's a certain relatability that you have with these champions where you say, hey, listen, if I was a fox, I would love to be that champion.
No, for sure.
And dog champions. That's tough.
Yeah, dogs.
That's tough. I'm not super familiar with dog champions.
Yeah, but maybe the fox one would suit that.
But the fox one could suit you, absolutely. That's what it is.
I gotta say, I'm a little bit confused here. So this guy said his dad left him to play Raid, and didn't you used to have a kid that you ditched right around the time you started playing Raid? Or am I remembering this wrong?
I did. 18 years ago, I did leave my child to pursue Raid and try to get Platinum tier. I set a goal for myself 18 years ago, and I said, hey, listen, I want to be the best of the best. I want to make Platinum tier in the arena. How many people can say that? With Raid, with an active player base of almost 400 million people. And I'm going to repeat that again because it's huge. 400 million people.
Whoa. We got him. Whoa. We got the interview going right now. Haraka, how is it going? How you feeling after bringing the dog on the Rift and bringing him down?
It feels great. Can you guys hear me now?
Oh, yeah,
yes,
now we can hear
absolutely,
you. Beautiful
absolutely.
voice, by the way.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it was great. It was very fun. Actually, the Nasus pick was not intentional. I was going to play Jax just as a blind pick, but I forgot what I was going to play. I had it in mind, and then the last second, I just saw Nasus, and I told my jungler to pick
Wow,
Nasus.
there you go.
Yeah.
It was fate at that point.
It's true. Sometimes the universe has a way of paying it forward. So as long as you did a good enough stuff, this is what paid off for you.
And honestly, a bit of a nightmare scenario to start the game off. The Warwick getting the early first blood and the 2v1 on the red, but he gets a little overextended top. You get the kill back, and from then on, the Warwick pretty much left you alone. A little bit questionable, but you were able to just run train on the top lane past that point.
Yeah, what's it called? The first kill in the jungle was a little bit rough. You gotta say, I was a little worried that he was gonna be able to snowball with that, and even at the beginning, he was kind of keeping me off the CS. But what's it called? I was still able to get a couple of CSs in, and then my jungle came. Let me get the kill, and I feel like it just from there snowballed a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think to yourself, right? So you said you meant to pick Jax, but you end up with Nasus. Were you a little bit almost like gleeful that Warwick was picked because it is sort of a semi-counter over here where you can wither him once he's below 50% HP and he loses all his attack speed?
Yeah, I was a little glad that he picked Warwick just because I knew the lane wouldn't be super rough. Obviously, every Nasus lane is going to be rough at the first couple minutes, but I knew eventually if I got Bramble Vest, if I got some a little tank gear, I got my Divine Sunder, it wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, definitely. That's the dog match up top lane. We now know which dog is finally superior.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. It seriously is great. I mean, Nasus, I don't think you died that game, if I remember it correctly. Last time I saw you, 7-0-5. Typically, from the Nasuses we see, it's like, hey, man, just live. That's all I need you to do, because I'm going to get 1,000 stacks at 35 minutes into the game, and that's all I need, and then the game's over. Was there any point where that you said to yourself or your teammates, like, listen, we just got to hang in there a little bit longer, or you're like, I don't care, I'm as fed as humanly possible, and I can do whatever I want?
I feel like at a certain point, maybe in like the 10 to 15 minutes, I knew that I was at a point where I probably wouldn't be able to die easily. I can just easily farm. I wasn't like, I could just farm whenever I wanted, but my team, they were doing amazing. We were all doing great, so I had no worries that the stacks wouldn't keep coming, and I knew our team would eventually pull through. And
yeah.
Pretty good.
And it's true. And there was a certain part in the game, which I don't know if you remember it or not, but we certainly do over here, where we were calling the D-Cane chant, and you triple stacked enemy champions over by the blue buff towards the end of the game over here around there. Do you remember that? You remember what was going through your mind?
Yeah, I remember that. That was a funny thing. What's it called? Our support was getting chased by the Warwick, and the whole time he was like yelling, like, I'm being chased, guys, in the back. I'm just stacking off the side of his time. And,
it just didn't matter.
Yeah.
It just didn't matter.
Yeah,
it didn't.
And then a minute later, the surrender vote comes in, and that was it. That was the deciding.
It was incredible. We were watching it. It was like you throw one Q on somebody, and we were like, oh my God, he's about to stack them all. And then boom, another stack hits, and then another stack hits, and then another stack hits, and we're shouting out the DK, and we're like,
beautiful,
dude, this is when you're in trouble at that point. And then the surrender vote hit Mel a minute later, something like that. Yeah,
beautiful stuff.
Yeah, it was funny. I would actually watch the stream right as the game ended, and I was hearing you guys chant DK.
As you should watch the stream. Yeah, as you should. So I'm gonna head it over here to you right now, right? So obviously Nasus is a problem for you going into it now because other teams are aware of this. What is it? Are you left? Are you left in the dust? Do you have any champions left after this Nasus ban coming through?
Didn't even want to pick it.
Yeah, I still got a couple. Even the enemy team, the Blue Streaks, they banned Cassante and Aatrox.
Yes.
Dang, yeah.
I was trying to play, and to be honest, I don't think I'll probably pick Nasus again going forward, because that was just
so we got a treat today.
That sounds like a lie.
That's a lie,
like a lie to me. Yeah.
Well, don't ban Nasus. Don't.
Who knows?
Don't ban. I'm not gonna play it. Don't ban it now. All right. Well, Haraka, thank you so much for joining us. A great showing right there. You hung in there and you dominated. So thank you so much. Good luck to you and your team going forward.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And shout out to Val's mom. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Val's mom.
Woo! Now we're talking.
Yeah, we'll shout her out. Don't you worry.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So beautiful. Such a great interview. Very humble.
Very
humble.
humble.
He was saying, like, hey, listen, Nasus wasn't even within my realm of picks. It just happened to be accidentally. I went to Lock and Jax.
Brain freeze,
I went to Lock and Jax. I ended up with Nasus, and I just go almost legendary with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Just a one-man show. You know, he had the support early game. Hecarim kept coming over, giving him a hand. The 2v2 kill top is pretty much what cemented this game.
Yeah.
Every other lane also getting ahead, and just a beautiful showing.
Yeah.
And a rough day for Blue Streaks. You know, going 0-2 on the stream, no one wants to do it, but hey, I'm sure they got a lot to learn from those games. Both a little one-sided, but at the end of the day, you know, you got to go back, lick your wounds, and try again.
It's true, and seriously, such a good job from the Hecarim, able to play the map. I mean, that man was, every time we said something was going to happen, that man showed up. So Hecarim, if you're watching this, if you're listening out there, a very good job, excellent job to you.
Beautiful.
And you helped your team get another victory, and you're this much closer to a split victory.
So close.
And that's what we like to see.
We love to see it.
Yeah.
We love to see it. And to everyone watching, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. But wait, what's this?
Is there more?
There's no way there's no more.
Is there more?
Another interview coming in here? What are we talking about?
Raid Shadow Legends, guys. Download Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends? Well,
dude, that's what I'm talking about right here.
This guy knows what's up. Download Raid Shadow Legends. How does he know?
Best
no
game
way.
ever.
You can't be playing Raid like I'm playing Raid, right?
What?
Maybe.
What?
Maybe.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
I was just so emotional about Raid Shadow Legends.
I get
had to
that.
take a breath for a second.
We've all been there.
Trust me.
We've all been there.
I've been there. You know, I'm teetering. The top 500 players in all of Raid.
Beautiful. That's a man who knows what he needs to do right there.
Yeah.
Get some Raid Shadow Legends action going on. So, Umiang here. So, how you doing, man? How you doing after that game? How you feeling? You weren't in the game?
No.
You weren't in the game? Who is this, Zach? A random fan. That's what I like to see. What I like to see.
A random fan of the league and a random fan Raid Shadow Legends.
Beautiful.
That's a dual combination that I like to call is the double threat right there because that's a real man.
Yeah, honestly,
that's what I like to see.
If you don't like Raid Shadow Legends and the league at the same time, you're probably not a real man.
Right.
That's right.
Exactly.
You might deadlift 500 pounds, but
you're a real man.
That's right.
You're a real man at the end of the day. I'm going to ask you here right now. So there's a couple questions we have to ask you, and it's going to be a trade-off between me and my co-caster Patrick over here. But I'm going to ask you, you've been a fan of the SLS for a little bit of time, right? Do you have a favorite team that you want to see there win it all?
I got to think about it, because...
there's a lot of good teams out there. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you that.
I have a bunch of friends who play in different teams, so I'm just going to be careful for a second and say I would like for the best team to win.
Oh man, that's a politician answer right there.
Yeah, that's
like
beautiful.
That.
That's beautiful.
All right, so we had a couple of crazy plays going on today. What's your favorite highlight of the game so far? The games today.
The play I just did on Raid Shadow Legends. Apart from that,
yep.
Oh, dude.
Amen, brother.
Amen to that.
Now I'm gonna throw a little curveball your way, and I hope you're ready to answer this. Now, there's been a couple Toy Story movies, right? And we always have this one that's on set with us that resonates pretty well. And we take a thing where it says like, hey, listen. Imagine what Toy Story would do. So here's what we got, right? We got the VHS tape of Toy Story with us at all times. I need you to tell me, what's your favorite Toy Story? I would love to know. Toy Story 1, 2, 3, or 4?
My favorite Toy Story, for sure, is Toy Story 2.
Yes, thank you.
There it is. That's the right answer.
Because first of all, Toy Story 1 is older than I am.
Woohoo!
So
yeah,
that's all right. You got Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, for sure. Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's great.
I prefer spending my time on Raid Shadow Legends, but Disney
that's
Plus
beautiful.
Sure
that is very
option.
true.
A great answer. You can never go wrong with that. I mean, I love Toy Story 2 simply for the story. I mean, there's a simple bonding moment where Zurg, you find out that it's Buzz's dad, and the Spanish Buzz is out there playing catch with Zurg. And
that's a beautiful moment.
To me,
emotional.
It just resonated so much. He goes, you know what? I'm not going to go with you. I want to play catch with my dad. And Zurg shoots his cannon out there, and Buzz is out here catching some balls. So I love it. But you're also on the right concept where Raid... It's your life. Mm-hmm. It's your life.
It is.
And whether it's a part of your life or consumes your life, that's up to you.
But those are the only options.
Typically, to me, it's a part of my life. And I love Raid as much as the next guy over here. And everybody can tell you, I'm a Raid god. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to other people in the studio, they're just a Raid master in here.
For sure. I mean, I have a very addictive personality. So, not by choice, but actually because of the pure pleasure that is playing Raid Shadow Legends.
Yep.
It consumes my life nowadays.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm with you. Absolutely.
But there's other stuff to do, you know. You have friends, family, you have a life, you have a private life you out there, you know.
A life?
If you're over, you do have a life. But the beautiful part of Raid is that it doesn't. It works with your life. You have the ability to make stuff.
I gotta agree with everything you're saying, but we reached a point. We're starting to break the Raid servers with the amount of people that have joined off our stream.
Correct.
So we're gonna have to wrap this up. Thank you so much. We love to hear from our fans. Thank you so much for joining us, and maybe we'll see you again another time.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope talk to you guys another time too.
All right.
Have a nice night.
You as well.
You too.
Thank you for the interview.
Yes, have a great weekend.
All right, but just a great slew of games today. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and watching with us. Remember, Raid Shadow Legends, there's some link. Put it on the screen. Put the link on the screen. Remember, Raid Shadow Legends. And no, I guess the stream's over. Nah, stream's over. All right, we're back. And you know what? Goodbye, guys. We've had enough. Bye.